I'm gonna try again and see. I'm gonna try and see. The issue is I can't even see whether I'm live or not. That's the problem I'm having. I can't see whether I'm live or not. That's the problem. Okay, so now I can see, at least I can see somebody's up there. Okay. Assalamu alaikum, Gambia. Atol men benjibe kang yen yima setan. Assalamu alaikum. This is going to be very quick. Du yaga, du neka video bu yaga. I just want us to have a quick chat. Ma try ma senda dina muna add a few people, to invite a few people on this. Can you tell me if you can hear me? Mun gen ma balal gen wax ma da yena ma dega nalbe moy kang, please let me know, and then I'll just start talking. It's going to be very short. Yeah, can you hear me, everybody? Can somebody give me a thumbs up? Balalenma. Alim Balal, okay, you can hear me. I've seen a thumbs up. So assalamu alaikum Gambia. Nui na len yen ñep yen ñi ma setan man la F Badji. I just want this to be a really quick video, really to chat about a few things. See a fairy situation bu nekk di go on ni fu mu nekk ni mooy situation yi rape bi, and the conversation around feminists and conspiracy theory boo xam ne is spreading like wildfire. Just tey am na kuma send something di ma wax ne if you have identified yourself as a feminist and there is a lot of attack on people like yourself, and fanane, it's important that magina wax clear some few things yi nga xam ne nit ñaa ngi ko waxantoo. Fàttale soo leen fàttale ko ba pare tam su fekkee ne dangeen ma dee toppa, you would realize ne man I didn't shy away from identifying myself as a feminist. Ruseewu ma ko nit, ameewu ma ko kersa, ragaleewu ma ko nit pour identify suma boppa as a feminist, because it's something that I believe in. Te su fekkee ne you guys know me, di ngeen xam ne suma advocacy for women did not start here in the UK bima fi ñëwee. Suma advocacy actually started when I was back home. Dinaa leen wax a little bit about myself because I felt ne you guys see me online, may wax si affaire yi jigéen, ñu bari xamuñ suma background. I didn't think ne it's important for me to come out and tell you ne li mooy suma background. I thought ne man li ma wax moo nekka li important li gëna suma gaming bi. I think ne loolu moo gëna important than pour ñëw pour wax leen waaye pour jox leen a little snippet of man suma values ak lan la represent is that ne man suma advocacy for women started back home in Gambia bi ma doon liggéeya independent newspaper nekka foofu noonu a columnist running an every woman show di advocate for women. Te di santa yàlla nag fii bi ma ñoom Alaaji Yoro suma uncle yu baax yi biñ ma joxee space straight after high school. That's what I have been doing. Okay, dooreewu ma ko Gambia fii nii. Te bi ma ñëwee fii nii tamit maa ngi doon pursue a career in that. Def naa pharmacy technician, nekk pharmacy technician waaye ba tey maa ngi doon pursue liggéey naa jigéen ñu bari. I think you all know that suma CV bi kind of thing mu ngi si Facebook bi. So nan laa dee def, dama leen bëgg a jox a bit of context naka laa dee def ba advocatal for jigéen is that anybody asking that question, that person doesn't know you. Thank you, Ndai Idi. So, lan la de def pour xeexal jigen, how I start all of this, because ñin ñange wax ne feminist you choose ñan ngeen buga xeexal, fan ngeen nekkoon bu case bi ni amee, fan ngeen nekkoon. Man personally suma choose pour xeex, pour advocate for jigen, two things ñoko de motivate. One is dama de said the most vulnerable of the vulnerable. Te lima min si lool noonu moo nekk ne su fekkee ne jigéen present na boppam as mu ngi jànkuwanteel issue ñu ngi toroxal jigéen ma feel ne injustice moo jigéen boobu loolu lam nekk di feel. Dama said first whether that person has the capacity and the resources pour mu defend boppam, pour mu mun a taxawal boppam first. Su fekkee ne xam naa ne kooku noonu doesn't have the capacity, doesn't have the resources, then dinaa la taxawal. Okay, depending on whether man tamit mooy number 2 bi li ma dee motivate ndax man tamit am naa capacity bi, am naa resources, because man tam dama nekk borom njaboot dama sëy maa ngi am jëkkër, maa ngi am i doom, maa ngi am family, so dama dee mun a prioritize my family most of the time because family is important to me. So su fekkee ne am naa capacity bi, su fekkee ne am naa resources bi, and you are a vulnerable person at that point nga xam ne yow danga need pour mu support la, then dina dedicate some time for help. Okay, why case bini boom gena say nim neka di deme wah you neka di gena is really disappointing. It's very sad. Umpu lenne man, I have always advocated for women, whether I've done it in the open or I've done it in the background. Te ñi nga xamne tay ñu si the other side liggéey na ñom ñu bari si ñom si ron lu nekkut sax si kaw si ron maa ngi liggéey ñoom, and I have so much respect for them. But conspiracy theory bi nii bi nekk di génn everybody ñi la war a saaga ñi la waruta saaga ñëpp ñuy génn di saaga di am luñ wax si yow si case boo xam ne yow nekkuloo fa man nekkuma fa dafa ñaaw, and I've said it before. Case boobu bi nii ñin ñi nga xam ne identify nañ suñ boppa as feminists. When we came out first, personally man bi ma njëkkee génn a wax verbally def suma kanam bi ñëw wax si re-enter the Gambia laa njëkk a waxee. Te re-enter the Gambia boobu noonu bi ma fa waxee dama wax ne we are not enemies. Ñun individually we are not enemies of each other. Ñun system bi mooy suñ enemy, and we should focus our resources and our time and our energy fighting that system. And when we call for justice, we must call for justice for all parties involved, because all parties have been failed. Timman wahna si suma video bobu nono si interview bobu nono bima si panel bima don def re-enter the Gambia. Wahna fane state be failed everybody. Te su delay ame si justice be, do they affect alleged perpetrator be like they also affect the victim? I think I've said that over and over and over again. Why people choose to hear what they want to hear. People choose lo xamne mo neex si ñom sen noppa bi pour tok wax ne féministes yi ñoy yaxa dika bi, féministes yi ñom duñ seykat, féministes yi ñom men haters lañ, féministes yi dul kat lañ, féministes yi ken waru leena naw. It's wrong. Dafa ruslu pour man may gis lolu nonu nit ñi diko binda diko wax si nit ñoo xamne man ma ñooñu ñep ñoo tok liggéey si on other cases yi. Te that time bi ma doon liggéey ñom si cases yooyu nonu I was wearing the feminist hat. Dafa ruslu xam naa ne nak sentiments am na si lii nii ñu bari ñu ngi use seen emotions, and understandably am na ñoo xam ne dañ jege bopp I xaritam lañ, they would feel sorry for him. They would feel really sorry for him. Kima neka di wax ne ma tell you a chat box whatever. I cannot look at my chat box because I'm using the same phone. Munuma am access to the messenger. But the same people ñi nga xamne tay ñu ngi oyé féministes yi tour di melni ñom ñoo gën féministes yoyu nonu. The same nit ñooñu nonu féministes yoyu liggéey na ñom si ron si other cases yoo xam ne utee naa bii nii. Te te di same nit ñooñu noonu ñoo nekk di wax féministe yi ñoo daan wax féministe bi ma doon wax si affaire yi politics bi ma doon wax si other issues bi iteeya bii nii bi ma doon advocate si keesi Kadi Jaajo bi di same nit ñooñu noonu ñoo ma nekkoon di praise ñoo doon wax ne yéen a dee wax dëgg yéen jàmbaar ngeen jigéen góor yéen ñu déggu ngeen léegi what has changed Gambia lan moo change ba nga xam ne ñun léegi nekk nañ nit ñu bon nekk nañ nit ñoo xam ne ñoo dee tas dëkka lan moo change parce que man démba mënumaa wax si rape case démba nga ne ma ne yow nit ku déggu nga mënumaa wax rape case démba nga ne ma ne yow xeexkati jigéen you are an advocate thumbs up Fatou tey ma ñëw di wax di si same rape case nga ñëw nga ne man féministe naa man ku bon laa lan moo change Gambia te da ngeen def a lot of conspiracy on this case parce que yéen a ngi toog di wax ne féministes yi ñoom ñoo suxal Sainabou féministes yi you okay what happened I'm sorry where balal leen ma just 1 second balal leen ma wax naa leen ne man family is important to me and I walk around my family so even this narrative ne féministes yi fonkuñ family bugguñ góor loolu yëpp dinaa si ñëw dugga in a minute you going out okay so this is the problem when I get distracted suma thought process bi daf dee lifin daf dee xaw a jaxasoo waaye yéen ñi nekk di wax lan moo change Gambia yéen ñi nekk tey di xas féministes yi te ñii féministes yi ni ñoo nekkoon de nit ñu baax lan moo change dama leen bëgg a delloo si gannaaw tuuti bu case bii nii dooree because I feel na sometimes Gambians some of us ñun duñ dee read pour understand dañ dee read pour attack bi case bii nii dooree personally man bi ma génnee wax si mooy re-enter di Gambia boobu noonu système bu yaaxu bi loolu laa wax ba pare wax ne tamit man dama am pour gëm am victim bi I believe the victim and I'm unapologetic about my stance and I'm unapologetic about being a feminist because man dama gëm ne comme góor nu ma believe ne góor dafa deserve opportunities dafa am need pour am rights noonu laa believe ne jigéen tamit the same thing and we know ne throughout history women have been oppressed throughout history. Our vulnerabilities are not the same. We also know that we don't live in a level playing field. The field is not even. Xam nañ ne góor moo gën a am privilege than jigéen. We know that. Lu tax ñun ñu war a jékki-jékki rek toog ne men suddenly from this one single case góori Gambia they are all vulnerable suñ taxawalutee góori Gambia right now they are all vulnerable ñoom ñëpp dañ leen di tëj ñoom ñëpp dañ leen di accuse we are making a big deal out of nothing parce que si man you try to sort a problem out problem boo xam ne is already a problem loo xam ne du problem ñun mosu ñoo am case of this nature bu go through the prosecution go through trial ba pare ñu ñëw acquit kiñ tuumal musuta am we never had a false rape case su fekkee ne am nañ false rape case boo xam ne go through the justice system and then it ended up being false dimbali leen ma ngeen wax ma ko and lii nii du Gambia rek throughout history across the world false rape cases are very very rare I'm not saying they don't happen they do nit ñi dañ dee mun a wax ne lii happen na nit daanu na suma kaw te fekk amul waaye bari wut te man su ma leen waxee ne dama gëm maama there are few reasons lu tax ma koo gëm one because I don't want this girl to continue blaming herself because so the girl through rape one of the things ying dee def so leen waxtaanee a victim yi and I'm telling you the reason why I started with the background is to show you ne I've worked with victims nekkuma di elevate suma boppa wala di leen wan ne man maa gën a xam waaye lii mooy suma story man I have worked with victims si dëkk bu ma nekk fii Oxford City bii nii bi ma nekk 3.5 years laa liggéey domestic abuse service and that domestic abuse service includes physical violence emotional violence sexual abuse yep si la boka so xam naa ne a lot of times when victims go through these things they blame themselves Lan moo di important for you to do as an advocate for them is to first of all believe in them. If you don't believe in them, they will continue blaming themselves. And that is harmful for their recovery. That is harmful for their well-being. Yangegis. Again, the reason Luther my belief man victim is I don't want them to continue isolating themselves. A lot of times, so you blame Sabopa as a victim, then they also isolate Sabopa because you feel that you're different. Buguma mu baram mu continue di isolate bopam. Te buguma dama buga elega sibiru su feke kenen gena sina wala kenen ma encourage benin victim mu muna am the bravery, the courage to come out and speak. Parce man suma gomute borom suma ko gomute but kenen na kenen su feke mun ko dal momi tamit dina wax ni f de gomo ma way suma gene mantam duñ ma gom haram ma tok nopi den mu neka naka lañ ko de oye a spiral dafa neka cycle la mo neka di continuer ken du am courage bi pour wax. What I want you to mark one thing. Suma wahen I believe a victim. It doesn't necessarily mean ne because man gom na victim bi is equals to truth. Neku ne koku lum wax rek because man believe nako degala. It doesn't mean that. Suma wahe ne gom na victim bi. It doesn't mean ne victim bi lum wax lulu degala. Ko reka muna wone ndax victim bi lum wax degala why man lima def. Suma aha man for me towards the victim is for me to first of all believe in her even before I can advocate as a domestic violence advocate. That is the first thing you are taught. Putting a gum victim, because if you don't believe a victim, you cannot advocate for them. Suma first time be magene on re-enter the Gambia. This is me talking. Lila fawa. Musuma gena masaga. Musuma gina ma personally attack suma nit deme sa be fogne ma binda post borom fogne man mom lay wax dama ko de binda si ron ma won ko ne man waxuma la duma de go around to look at what people have said and what people haven't said suma ñewé di wax dama de wax man suma own mind ma dem suma yoon. Why we have been attacked, we have been told, the conspiracy theorists have said that feminists were behind Sainabou Mbye. Dama buga duga si lol nonu suma gañi. Why am I only believing the accuser? Because I've just said to you, Lamin Sise, the accuser, if somebody told me that then you sacha katiye duga sinegam, you sacha. Dama gom kokuno paske mom wax ne dañ sacha dara si mom. It's up to king wax ne dañ sacha pour mu proof nda sacha na mom sacha na nda sachut. Suma believe koku, it doesn't mean ne kenen ki limo wax gomuma ko man I am an advocate for women. Dama believe koku nono because I don't want them to continue blaming themselves. I don't want them to continue isolating themselves. I know that they're a victim because there is a product. I'm na baby bugena silolo. So whatever happens, koku I'm na lokodal. Period. Dom mo gena, so dom gena na te halela, she's a victim. We cannot even debate about that. Why is up to Kinga hamne koku lañ accused. Mu settle bopam comme ni ngeen waxee ne bob dafa wax ne dafa settle bopam du tukki fekk rek settle bopam. That's what we expect him to do. It doesn't mean ne man suma gomee victim bi rek am against Bob. Te nekku ne suma believe victim bi nekku ne man dama nekk di wax ne moom lu mu wax mooy dëgga man dama ko nekk di empower moo tax ma believe ko because dama xam ne rape is very rare. False rape is very rare, sorry. Why? We know that the rape is rampant. We know that it happens and we're all being quiet about it. Bañ nañ ko ba si wax bi dañ dee wax ne dañ war a sutura. Dañ kii Sainabou dafa waroon a sutura jëkkëram dafa waroon a sutura that's what we've been saying. Xanaa du loolu lañ nekkutoon di wax. Lana tax ñu ne Sainabou dafa war a sutura parce que ñun dañ xam ne lii dafa bari am na ñu dem ba wax ne Sainabou is not the first person pour lii happen ko lii daf de nekk di happen. So we know we are working with something here now. We know that this rape thing is very common. We also know that the false accusation is rare. So man suma wara gum anything victim be like gum, especially in these circumstances. And I gave you the background into how I am wired. It doesn't mean that I'm right. And that is where the conspiracy theories are coming. Parce que bima waxe re-enter the Gambia, am na ñu génn ñu naan F mu ne ku génn si wax ne rape la rek daf ko believe because she's a feminist. That is wrong. I never said that. I wasn't even wearing a feminist hat when I said that. I was wearing a women's rights advocate. Dama don't wear the hat of a domestic violence advocate. Man, person, and I have the right, just like yen ningen ame right be pour gom bob saitam. I'm getting right, bobu no. But what right bingen amotien, and all of us, including myself, is to go ahead and get the conspire, get the make up stories, get the personally attack, but this saga need for funono. For the first time, see Facebook, man ñu saga ma. Man ñu saga ma. Teki ma saga hamut ma. Because lim don wax si man yeb du dega. Parce que yen you all know that I fight for FGM. Xam ngeen ne dama dugal lel motax may xex pour FGM. So pour kur nit gena si di wax ne dama la yobul lel kon borom xamut ma. Yen ñi fi nekk yeb xam ngeen ne man dama sey. Ñi ma yaaga toppa ñi ma xam ñi ma nekkal friends on social media xam ngeen ne dama sey. Pour nit ne demal uti jëkkër ngeen wara xam ne xamut ma. Waaye dafa ñaaw dafa ruslu. Dafa ñaaw dafa ruslu. Pour ngeen wara génn because I identify myself as a feminist, I have to be stigmatized, I have to be boxed, I have to be labeled. Pour lan? Te yen ngeen gom li ngeen gom. Gisuma ben feminist ñi identify themselves as feminists in the open ki nga xam ne mus na dem di attack. We said the system is flawed. We said justice delayed is justice denied. Bob deserves a speedy trial. I even said in that video ne delay bu judge bi di nekk di def ne driver bi ñëw. That is wrong. But we cannot sit and watch ñuy saga jigéen di ko dikkal loo fum dekut comme ni ngeen ñu nekk di def ni noonu ngeen doon def Sainabou Mbye. Xoolal ni ngeen ma poussé man di ma saga suma andu tona suma hell xam man may kan xam lana ma taxa jóg ma xam suma boundaries, I would have been out here doing the same thing. That is some of us for us. Ñun Gambian, that's what we do to each other. So all of a sudden ñun I nit ñu bon lañ. All of a sudden ñun duñ seykat. Yéen da ngeen dugg suñ néegi sey. Lu tax ngeen jël divorce bi def ko loo xam ne is like a taboo. Divorce warut a am. So lii mooy ne jigéen bu nekk soo nekkee sa biir sëy mu neex mu naxari danga fa war a toog. Why are you blaming women that are divorced? Yéen da ngeen nekk ñooñu seen biir néegi sëy. Yéen ngeen di jigéen man may jigéen yéen ngeen xam lu nekk si biir néegi sëy. Ngeen xam ne néegi sëy dafa xóot te dafa métti. Xamul leen jigéen boobu noonu lan la dunda Gambia ngeen di judge nit ñoo xam ne dañ tassé. Dafa ñaaw dafa ruslu. And you were bragging about it. Feminists yi dañ bon. Am na yéen ñuy saaga feminists yi ñun lu ñoo say half bi doo leen ko say billahi wallahi talaay I can swear that. Li ñoo say man dama liggéey am a career woman. Dama liggéey waaye suma family is my priority. Dama tooga wax naa leen ko dama teg añ. Dama sëy bi bem jeex. Dama sëy. Ñi ma xam-xam nañ ne maa ngi sëy suma sëy. Te fonka suma jëkkër respecté ko. Ñi ma xam bu baax a baax because man nekkuma koo xam ne I'm out there. Like the few people that know me are close to me can tell you. Why do I even need to sit on social media to tell you man ni ma dee doxalee suma sëy tam? Because of man's part being I choose to be a feminist. I have to be pushed to come and sit down and tell you how I treat my husband or how I naka laa dee sëyee naka laa tiyee suma biir néegi sëy dama ko war a def. Lu tax loolu? A lot of you are judging us. Ñun judging leen yéen ngeen ñoo judge. Maa ngi gis kenn koo xam ne kooku nekkul di sëy sax muy xas koo xam ne sëyam dafa tas. When has divorce been a taboo in our country? Kañ la fi divorce nekk taboo Gambia? delloo si leen seen xel lii nekkul xeex diggante man ak yéen lii it has never been about feminists. And the conspiracy theorists are saying that ñun ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi ooyee suñ boppa feminist ñun sax xamuñ lan mooy feminism ñun ñi suñ boppa ñoo jaxa ñun suñ strand of feminism dafa utee ak feminism before. That's not true. It's not true. Feminism, if you read back history, ngeen xool, is not an alien subject. Ñun Africans, we know about feminism. We have the matriarch system in Africa. Ñun feminists, the names that you're calling us is not new. We've been called those names. You don't hear for women to own, to have their rights. No. They've been insulted over and over again. Okay? Ñun we choose to be feminists. ñu ne lan dañ bëgg a góor ñi lifin jigéen ñi tamit ñu am equal opportunities te suñu waxee equal opportunities and access to resources, we're talking about the political opportunities, economic opportunities, ak social opportunities. Si kanami law, we are all equal. Si kanami yàlla, we are all equal. Gambia, what more do you want? Lan ngeen bëgga? maa ngi seetaan benn vidéo mu nga naan féministes yi ñu ne dañ bëgg a ñu tëj Bob ñooñu ñooy xeex pour ñu tëj Bob. Nobody said Bob dañ ko war a tëj su ko luwaa téye su fekkee ne luwaa bi daf ko find guilty of course dañ koo tëj waaye suñ ko findee innocent dañ koo acquit dañ koo bàyyi mu dem te ñun loolu moo ñu gënal. So at one point, we're all saying the same thing, ne? We want a good system. Why justice for all? Some of the people that are supporting Bob, they cannot even bring themselves to say justice for all. They rather say justice for baby M, justice for Bob, and that's it. They cannot even say justice for Mama. Te Mama mo ne dañ ko tooñ. If you cannot bring yourself to say justice for Mama, if you cannot bring yourself to say justice for Bob, then you are the problem, not the feminists. And let me tell you something. Ñun ñu bari ñu génn ne ñun feminist lañ. Xamuñ Sainabou. Musuñ koo gis. Bu problème bi demee ba takar naase, ba baby bi dee. Some of us still reach out to her to check on her sister, the well-being of her sister, which none of us are talking about. To check on her well-being because of how nuñ ko nekkee the abuse on social media. Te lima wax just right now moo nekk ne man suma dee duga si dara. Two motivations la dee am. Dama said the vulnerability of the person and to see whether she's capable to stand up for herself and also whether I have the resources to stand up for that person. Te bima gisee ne Sainabou all through the time li tax duguma si moo nekk ne I saw ne she was able to stand up for herself. Loolu laa gisoon moo tax ma dee binda yenn saay ma bàyyi moo tax reach out to ma sax to moom because I felt that she was able to stand up for herself. She had the means, she had the resources, and she looked like she was strong. Waaye bi ma gisee ne abuse bi dafa bari si kawam ñun ñu bari su fekkee ne duñ nekk naafi xa dañoo jub di wax te yàlla tax dinañ xam ne ñu nekk di support Bob ñoo ëppa ñu nekk di support Sainabou ñun ñu nekk di support Sainabou ak Sainabou saitam they are the minority. They are the minorities. So man bi ma gisee ne Sainabou attaque bi dafa bari si kawam I wanted to check on how she was doing. Ma reach out ne ko naka saraka. How is she faring? What sort of support is she getting? Mu explain al ma support bu mu nekk di am te li ngeen fail to understand. Some of you are saying ne ñun feminists yi nga si Facebook bi rek lañ dee wax duñ dee dem wax si ron waa kenn mu ngi nii Njaay Jaata mu ne go get married. Thank you. Gis nga li ma wax xamuloo nit ki yaa ngi ko gis nii rek si Facebook bi de muy wax nga ne ko demal married. My friend, I have a husband. I'm sorry man dama am jëkkër. Okay? Njaay Jaata dama am jëkkër. So Sainabou bi ma gisee ne mu ngi nekk di ñu ngi ko nekk di abuse online ñu ngi ko nekk di attaque nataalam yaa ngi aju and that's what I saw. Si la reach out pour seet rakam tamit naka la nekk di def. How are they faring? How are they managing everything? Mu explainal ma support yum nekk di am and people are saying ñun si Facebook bi lañ dee toog di wax duñ dee what do we do on the ground? Dem leen ngeen laajte we cannot ñun mënuñoo nekk si Facebook bi fii nii di wax duñ mën a make much difference without working with people on the ground. We cannot. ñun xam nañ ne we need to collaborate, we need to partner with those on the ground pour mën a dimbale to make any meaningful change, to make meaningful impact. We need to work with people on the ground. moo tax ñuy liggéey nit ñoo xam ne ñu ngi on the ground. Sainabou explainal ma ban support la xale bi nekk di get ñu link ñun ñi nga xam ne identify nañ suñ bopp as feminist, ñu link ak ñoo xam ne ñu ngi on the ground seen kii naka lañ ko mën a dimbalee. te ñi ngeen di ooyee feminist ñoom ñoo nekk di support mama mii nii pour xale bu ndaw bu am 15 now 17 mu mun a even how to conceive all of this thing, how to manage all of this thing, how to cope with all of this thing without destroying her that much. ñu nekk di call di set well-being kii te xam naa ne yéen ñu kuloo sa bopp tam yoon some of you were doing that. Some of you said you were calling him. You do talk to him because you care about him. And that's how it has to happen. No rek la muna demee. ñun ñëpp mënuñoo bokka benn camp, but let's do it with respect. Ku nekk aham nañ ko jox Gambia. Ku nekk aham nañ ko jox. ñu bàyyi di tëj suñ xol yi ak suñ xel yi ñu bañ a open mind. Let's not do that. You cannot just box me nga put me into a box because I identify myself as a feminist. I'm a bad person. Who are you to judge me? You don't even know me. You don't know my story. You don't know why I'm fighting this fight. Sainabou loolu moo tax ma dem ma reach out to mom seet ko naka la def li ma ko mën a support ma supporté ko loo xam ne mënuma ko ñi nga xam ne ñu wa on the ground mën nañ ko ñu supporté ko. We are not just sitting on Facebook and talking. We are walking the talk. For those of you who care to know, we are actually walking the talk. Dama leen ko ñaan bàyyi leen sos bàyyi leen saaga bàyyi leen dëkkal nit fu mu dëkkut dafa ñaaw rafetut wax naa leen ne ñu ni neen ñooy ñëwaat ëllëg sibiru ñu dem liggéey si yeneen case ak yeneen case ñu ni neen ñun ñoo fee liggéey te du jaas mukk because the problems would continue. Women have been oppressed over and over again, and the trend su fekkee ne amuñ feminist ñu mel ni ñun ak yeneen feminist yu nekk on the ground dafa continue. It's not stopping. And feminism is not about being a woman. I love when people say yen ñu nekk di xeex feminism sa xamuleen feminism yen da ngeen ignorant. I am not going to internet ma type what is feminism. No, I'm not doing that. Because dama dee liggéey experience bi laa si am. Advocacy is what I do. Comme gis nga lawyer yi nuñ dee mënee ñëw toog wax si case ñu joxe seen opinion, legal opinion. Because they have that experience loolu lañ liggéey emuñ si jàng bare dañ ko liggéey. ñu ni tamit advocacy for women loolu noonu lañ dee liggéey. Why? Because of yow d'accord loolu ma wax rek so man li ma wax rek amul solo suma years of experience yëpp du dëgga I'm making it up. Du noonu foog ñuy déglu wante ñu mën a jàng from each other. The other time when we invited the solicitor and the journalist on Linguère Post dafa am yu bari li ma si jànga. Munuma dem ma ne dama specialize in law parce que xaw ma dara si loi lu dul li ma read te su ma ko readee literal meaning bi rek lay xam. Why into detail? I couldn't go into detail because I wouldn't know. Nekkuma lawyer. So foog ñu open up. Foog ñu open suñ xel yi pour mun a dégg because of man feminist ra rek nekk feminist. I am proud to be a feminist. Nekk feminist is not a taboo. Suma gaañe loolu laa bëgg ngeen xam. nekk feminist nekkuñ ne gëmuñ yàlla nekk feminist nekkuñ ne I nit ku bon lañ. It's different. Those are the conspiracy theorists ñi nga xam ne they want to maintain the status quo. They want to embrace patriarchy so much so that they cannot let go, because you know why? The status quo bi dafa shaken. We have shaken everything. It's not business as usual. Loolu lañ wax te dañ ko nekk di def nag si njëkk ak teranga di jox ñi ñu mag ñu jox leen cër bi. Man dama ko bañ be koo xam ne su ma magee ma xam ne dama seexoo yow njëkk ak teranga dama dem. I don't want to add people on this call that I don't know, because how ma lan ngeen maa ñëw wax te da ngeen maa saaga. I don't know. I'm not gonna give you a green light to insult me. yaa ngi understand? Foog ñun ñu open suñ xel yi. Personally man, go and check my track record on social media, what I have been on about on social media. Indi naa fi I góor ñu wax about sexual violence ak violence against women. Indi naa fi I group of jigéen ñu wax about cyber bullying. Continuously I've spoken about women's rights. Continuously I've spoken about girls' education. Invite nañ ma si I platform ma dem foofu noonu di wax about loolu noonu. So man, that is who I am. You like me nga jàppa ma si man li ma gëm. You hate me nga bàyyi ma si lu ma gëm. Waaye bu leen ma saaga, bu leen ma sosal, bu leen ma dëkkal loo fi ma dëkkul, because xaw ma leen xamu leen ma. Ñi ngeen ma gisee si Facebook bi may wax suma wax ngeen toog di ma déglu te démba ngeen ne man maa dee wax digga te démba ngeen ne man nit ku déggu laa. Te this is true for the other women as well who are seen as advocates. ñeneen ñi ngeen di saaga, ñeneen ñi ngeen di dëkkaloo fi ngeen dëkku démba ñoom ñoo nekkoon di xeex fii nii. ñëpp gis leen, ñëpp naw leen, ñëpp di leen gërëm. Why we cannot always agree on stuff? We cannot. Say who said it, you want me to take your request? No, Mama, it's not gonna be Hama said say who said the request tambi. Say who knew the request be knew. Kena la gis kutu the dems tunkara mama at, and I don't know them, so I can't. So sunyewe dinako jail. So nyun, the reason man personally you reach out, and my story is similar to other people. Lingis yen Gambia dolen ma wax ne yen gisulen saga yuñ don saga Sainabou Mbye. Yen gisulen nuñ ajee nataalami. I know, and I've said ne xëj na Sainabou am na yum def yoo xam ne personally I wouldn't do it. Xëj na fecce because it's a sensitive period. Ñin ñi mun nañoo gis ne moom mu ngi fecce, they feel ne she's strong, she's ñaawaling, she's doing stuff, and ñooñu seen right la pour ñu fogee ko noonu. Man duma def loolu. Why it doesn't mean ne suma gisee ñu koy saaga ñu aj I nataalam su nekkee di jaay I diwam ngeen indil ko story boobu bi ba tey xale bi musut a génn wax lu bon si jëkkëram ex jëkkëram. Man wax naa moom for many times musut maa wax benn yoon ne jëkkër bi dafa bon. In fact she told me ne jëkkëram nit ku baax la. soo gisee nit ñi di ko support nii dafa yaatu, xale bu góor bi dafa yaatu. Why it doesn't make him perfect, guys. Nit kuy naan ndox, nit ku nekk kuy naan ndox, you can make mistakes. Because ñun duñ I angel. We are human beings. And we can make mistakes. Fi imaam yi, fi jàngakat yu mag yi, fi kilifa ñi nga xam ne ñooñu mag di def lu bon te ñu jànga si suñ diin bi. Ñeneen ñi nekk Christian ñu jànga Bible, ñeneen ñi nekk Muslim ñu jànga Quran, ñuy def lu bon. Ñun ñi nga xam ne ñun jege ñun ñooñu sax lu tax ñun duñ mun a def lu bon. We can do bad stuff. And let's talk about baby Muhammad. Yéen ñu bari ngeen ne ñun waxuñ nekkuñ di wax si affaire yi baby Muhammad. Wax nañ si baby Muhammad gaañ, wax nañ si. Man si platform yi enta bi dama leen di always go yóbbu foofu, because boobu mooy suma first time ma wax si di wax nii si about case bii di. Wax naa ne xale boobu noonu maa ngi jaale family yem, yaayam ak family yem. Waaye képp koo xam ne is responsible for the death of that child, dañ ko war a indi back to justice. Kooku noonu dafa war a justice must be served on that case, because xale bi nim dee is mysterious. Why bima génnee binda di wax police shouldn't succumb to the pressure on social media, because we're getting information that because am na ñoo xam ne they need to settle this score with Sainabou ñoom feel nañ ne Sainabou moo dugal jëkkëram mile two ñoom Sainabou dañ war a gis ne dem na loolu lañ doon wax police yi ne oytu leen si li ngeen di def continuer leen ngeen di xool si book bi su fekkee ne suñ loo book bi lii la wax doxalee leen ko loolu bu leen kenn pressurize si lañ ma saaga man si lañ ma saaga Mama Linguère Sarr waxal ma Fatou Badji sama yóbbante ok xama jël Seexu Seydi lii gaaw send invite fanaa noonu la Seexu Seydi I've sent multiple requests so ko mënee def as snappy as possible that would be great okay Seeku
yeah assalamu alaikum Fatou how are you
I'm all right thanks how are you
I'm good thank you and I'm just first of all good afternoon Amanda good evening mangi la doon déglu
yeah
this is very interesting first of all I think dama la doon déglu I think the throwing of words is happening from both sides of the aisle okay it's not like it is the other camp throwing the things at the feminists or the feminists are not replying back it's like war of words happening between the two sides. Lolo Mom, that's what we can see on social media.
Okay,
right?
I'm a pause 1 minute before you go. Legi yo ham nga dang ma de follow suma harit nga on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen me throwing words to anybody on social
media? No. I don't want to personalize it about you.
No, because man, dama gena put ma wax nit ñi because if I'm identifying myself as a feminist and people are throwing stones on feminists, dama say gis suma bop te man lima nekk di def suma Facebook bi la bëgg nit ñi mu leer ci ñoom.
But if you will allow me to learn, because if you use the word a group feminist, then we cannot personalize it anywhere because it's a composition of group of people, and I think it's no brainer that in any group setting you will have people with different approaches, and I don't think
people who have identified themselves as feminists man ñi ma xam yow ñi nga xam Seexu let's just say nañ wax suñ digante yàlla yow gis nga ñun si ñoo ñi nga xam ñi dem di throw to the other side.
It's happening on both sides, Fatou. Listen, you see the point is Dega Mom Nehud. We are all on social media. We're all active. I would not say that 100% of the people who identify themselves feminists are doing it. That would not be true. But it will also be untrue to say that none of the people who have identified themselves are throwing shade. So, man, what I want to establish first is, leader in the brouhaha, it is a case, Mohammed, is a very contentious case. It's a high-profile case. So naturally, all over the world, when court cases like this happen, it's not peculiar to Gambia. Opinions will be divided. It does happen here in the West. When cases are happening, some will be supporting this, some will be supporting. This is not peculiar to Gambia.
Absolutely.
So, first of all, why should that bring hulu? It's normal. People would not agree on the ways of perception of seeing things. Some people will side with Bob, some people will side with Sainabou, some people will side with the baby. That's a human nature. So there's no room for argument. It shouldn't be insults, should not be thrown out there in the first place. I see that lack of maturity, lack of maturity in terms of our understanding of issues. Then what I'm gonna debate on issues and ideas, like for me, I made my position clear on this. I am not exonerating Bob from the allegation, but I'm not also saying that he did it. The onus is on the accuser to prove. When you accuse me of stealing, when you go to court, the prosecution have to prove beyond reasonable doubt. Nikita for rape. It is not the accused who will prove. Like if you go to in jurisprudence, in law, you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt. Court two man definitely. Your prosecution be it is not the defense counsel to prove it, right? That's the fact. So now if Bob is being accused of rape, I think what people fail to understand in this situation, that's one thing that Gambians have kept quiet for 2 years without involving in the case. Gambians didn't man want the case be. I think that's a fact. I don't think there's no dispute about that. I think what really agitated a lot of citizens is the way the state kept handling the case. And the public opinion started shifting to people got empathic, and the sympathy for Bob grew up as the case, and particularly when the judge, Mbye'S Jallo, sometimes flimsy cases, smart driver note, and the poor boy is languishing jail. I think that also increased the sympathy for Bob. Because they got 2 years, this case been going on, can come into this. All right?
Yeah.
This just happened recently. Because people felt the poor boy is in language in case because his bail was revoked by the High Court. I'm not going to put that on the judge because the High Court has more power than the lower court. High Court be no revolt, and he should be in mile too because it's not a bailable offense as far as I understand. So, but the problem is if Mamadou S. Jallo 32 times munge dem legi defa option. So Gambian citizens, I'm not right for anger. And let's come to Sainabou right now. Man, I have made my position on Sainabou. All right. Sainabou, buma gisee lu mo behavior si TikTok bi, man time bobu la raxas suma loxo si affaire am. Because I think you reference to that Balama Duga, there are things that she was doing that you wouldn't agree with. Just now, I think she started losing the public trust. People said she was being bullied because that's what I've heard some people say.
She has been bullied. That's what we saw.
I am not going to discount that she's been bullied, but and it's possible that she's been bullied. All right, people have said that, but your Saddam sister more day, Fatubaji. Even if the whole Gambia is bullying you, you're in the period of mourning. No matter the gravity of the bullying, you shouldn't be on TikTok the defante. Your own sibling. Ko hamne sarakala. Ko hamne kogu kesa mi mona kasi called bingale sa ex jekir kogu defa allegedly 2 months ex jekir ne defa tedo ak mom, right? Because this is like this case here is about minor being abused sexually. That's what the state. That's the case is before the judge. Understand? Statutory rape law. It's not ordinary rape. This is statutory rape. Okay. So if that is going on, your sister 2-year-old baby, there's in mysterious circumstances, and I'm not going to be here to say Sainabou Bokore. I don't know, but Gambians have asked if this happens in the West. You live in England. The state will probe into it. That's normal. It's life of a human being. And you see what people are confusing. They confuse murder and manslaughter. Manslaughter is like the accidental death. And this is accidental death. So the state is not saying the Sainabou more Halibi. That's what a lot of people are confused. What the state is happening, it happened in France, the case, a father out of negligence by Halibi Mugena, and then the child, something happened to the child in Barbara. And the person was prosecuted on negligence. More on manslaughter. So this is universally, wherever you go, because I don't think Sainabou did not willfully, I don't think she's that cruel. I wouldn't put that on her. I don't think she's going to kill her own sister, all right, sister's baby, rather. So, but I think, I'm done for you, and I'm done for in the UK here, they should always be attended to. You know that. That are under 18. You cannot even legally leave them alone in the house and them finish. So that you will be held responsible. There is no excuse about that. If you leave children under 18 alone, and if unfortunately something happens, the parents will be culpable. You know that. So what we are saying is, man, for my say, Sainabou, if we're on a jail high moral ground, no matter the level, because mom, you couldn't bully, send Domi sister there. Mom, Domi sister more there.
No, I say who be my sister be there. My sister be there. She didn't do anything on social media. See, both on TikTok. Just like Mota Manila, there's a lot of conspiracy theories in this case. The only video bim def moneka si hotel be bim toge si hotel be you si snap be man nekuma diko follow.
Yeah, but is it not that period that she went on TikTok after the birthday, Ambi? Sorry.
Yeah, so after the birthday, 2 days after the birthday incident happened, and it took a couple of other days. Balamo fly Halebi to Dakar, Halebi eventually passed away. But people were even speculating there she was doing the videos. Be Halebi there, no, it's not true.
Well, I don't know how you see in social media there are a lot of narratives being peddled out there, so you don't know longer they come on.
Why mandama they follow Sainabou on TikTok?
Yeah, but I've also seen a screenshot. I've seen a screenshot where she basically called Gambians. In fact, she didn't say some Gambians. She said Gambians are hypocritical. She said that. I saw it. She TikTok Ambi. That man Marco is evidence. She went after the death of the baby. She put that out there. I have got a screenshot of that. You know what, mom? Some Gambians are hypocritical and you'll be fine. But if you generalize it, the Gambians are hypocritical. Tell off. So you see, the problem is it depends on the thing. I think another thing that I seemingly observed, I could be wrong. It could be, it's my view. I could be wrong on this. I think nobody deglu femininity. They are more about Sainabou than the baby.
That's where you
Baby,
got wrong, because you
listen,
had that
listen.
interaction on social
If
media.
they talk about the baby, if they make a side comment.
No, because the case is gonna ñun dañ wara jox yo dégulo yow nga ne case bi dañ si noppi mandu si ba waxtu bi ni la Gambia ni doga jog di si wax. So case baby bi tamit we have to trust the system to follow due processes. So ñun xam nañ ne yeen bi ngeen bu nit ñi doon wax about the baby ne Sainabou mo ray baby bi ñi defuñ ben arrest fekk ñun xamone nañ ne police have already made initial arrest already.
Okay, let me just
so we
react
have
to somebody.
to allow the system.
Yeah, let me just ask somebody saying that grown up men taking. I personally, I didn't, screenshot was sent to me because, man, I don't follow Sainabou on TikTok. I'm not a TikTok person. I'm not a TikToker. I am more on Facebook and WhatsApp. So, but because I'm a pundit on a platform. I run a platform. So people, then they just, information. So just to respond to that person who was saying, why grown up man? So they send that screenshot to me. And this is after the death of the baby. All right. That one I can tell you. So what I'm here is, feel the opinions are divided. I don't think anybody has a moral lens here to say Nino right, Nino wrong. Everybody then was the hell out. Let's allow the due process of the law to take its course, all right? And then I think there are various permutations here. The death of the baby is important. It needs to be investigated. And I'm very happy that the Gambia government, through the Ministry of Justice, through the police, have investigated and now filed charges against Sainabou and her siblings on manslaughter. And now let's allow that case. And that case should also be expeditiously handled. They should not delay Sainabou's case. They should not. Sainabou has a right to fair trial, just like Bob. I have said that. People should know Mere Sainabou doesn't mean that she's a citizen of the Gambia.
They wouldn't take because of people are already deciding this is murder. This is you didn't even convict the person. Yes, could start to trial. You cannot do that because you identifying themselves as feminists. No one have said ne Bob then go take constitution be therefore link charge. It's not a bailable offense. It's at the discretion of the judge. So if you say that Nabob should be freed, you are saying that scrap the constitution and free this young man. What we should be saying is justice delayed is justice denied. Speed this trial.
Absolutely.
Speed
I agree with
Fatu,
I agree with you. In fact, somebody Bob should be freed. I think those people, it is not up to the citizens to decide whether Bob should be free. It should be the judge. It should be the court. The court more to decide based on evidence that Bob should be sentenced or not. That's not down to you or me or however you love Bob. Bob's innocence should be proven in the court of law. And the same thing applies to Sainabou. Sainabou's innocence or whatever. And I think there are people who are also saying, I think you are one of them, saying that the judiciary should not listen to the social media. Okay, I don't think the judiciary.
They shouldn't be pressured. They shouldn't listen.
Okay, pressured. I don't think they have been
pressured and succumb to what we're saying because people are saying this is what you should charge. I cannot encourage the judiciary to listen to what Fatu am saying that should be the charge for
Sainabou. But Fatu, I think that is a miscalculation on your part because Susuma Helat man. If you look at George Floyd's case, it was a very emotional when people watched the video in which he was killed by the police officer, very gruesome manner. The people it brought outrage and the people were calling for justice. It's the same thing Gambia. You see, when the baby died, Gambians have a right to go on the social media platform to say that please Sainabou should be investigated. That doesn't mean that they are pressurizing the judiciary.
So that's where you guys,
it is normal.
That's why you don't understand it because we all do say that. Even to say that the due process we then go to top is public opinion. We have to say that. But to meddle is different. I started telling you this on that commenting and then you need to spill the beans. They are sitting here. You talk fini. ñu ngi am close relatives ak close friends ci biir system bi with police officers ñi nga xam ne they investigating this thing ñu ngi mere Sainabou to the point that ñu ne lii dañ ko war a ñoom suñ chargé Sainabou suñ ko chargé less than murder rek police yi nekkuñ di def seen liggéey I am close to the case and we don't want the police to listen to that.
Are you saying that people or they are calling the Attorney General's office meddling in the case?
Yes.
What are you saying?
Yes.
Do you have material evidence of that?
Yes, I have. People
Why
are
you need to
actually
share that with
calling.
the
And I
public?
guess a lot IGB we shouldn't be meddling into the case. We won't interfere with the system. Calling
Okay.
out for the police to take an action is different from actively picking up your phone and
But
calling the police to do certain things.
okay, that is the lack of professionalism of the authorities of the Gambia. Because number one, Attorney General's office or the police should not even encourage anybody calling them. You don't blame the citizens. Ñoom ñoo xamul seen liggéey. Yow fii in the UK, then will you have the phone to call the police to tell them what they should do in an investigation, or the Justice Department? So it is the incompetence of the judiciary officials or the police. I would not even blame the citizens. I would blame the authorities for that part.
Yeah, you can tell the authorities not to listen. Everybody can call them. Why dafa depend on ñom lan la ñoo def. Te gis nañ ko say we are too.
Yeah, but Fatu, you are also, because you've already taken an entrenched. You've taken an entrenched position.
I need to allow
can we agree on this? Lolo is not down to the citizens. It's the incompetence of the authorities.
Okay.
Because let's call a spade a spade. Justice Ministry, deaths and deaths. So if somebody calls from the UK, younger telephone, because you said you've got material evidence, you haven't shared with the public, you are just saying it, okay? But even if that were to be the case, you don't blame the citizens for doing that. And again, on Bob's case,
I will, because these are the same people.
Feminists have called for.
These are the same people say who ñi nga xamne ñu ngi talk ci social media bi di use seen power si di wax ñoom neen ñoo nekk di call policy di make sure they ñoom xam nañ seen boppa. And when
I take that as an allegation. Yeah, I take that as an allegation.
Sehu, suma la waxee rek ne am na.
Yeah, but it's an allegation until you bring an evidence. Fatu, it's an allegation until you bring an evidence out there.
Okay. Legi Daniel gaaw bu ko defee.
Yeah, okay, let me just drop off. Let me just drop off. Luma buga wax moy.
Yeah.
Man, I want to appeal for the insults to stop, because I think it is quite uncivil to insult you from both sides of the aisle. Okay, I'm not going to put it on one camp, because man, I follow both sides on their deliberations, and I have seen where people and they binda the hunger defante be, that's not necessary. Let's all follow the codes. Man, I am upset with the government, the way they handle the case.
Yeah,
it's appalling. The judiciary, the way they handle the case is appalling.
Yeah.
And this case should have been a rape fee. Do they jail time? You have a rape fee.
No, it does take time. Last year, just 2021, rape cases, if you Guardian with the face and research, 1,000 days, that's 2 years, 7 months jails for some of the cases on average. It does take a long time. It's not new to Gambia. Rape cases, because of the complex, is your word against my word, especially cases your hamne is not reported on time. It would be difficult to prove. So that day jail time is absolutely normal. What is not normal is for those flimsy excuses. You don't know you're a judge, we don't deaf on nonsense. Wala suko ware adjourn for a week, mu adjourn for 3 weeks. Say, for example, while this boy is languishing in jail.
I agree. Okay. If you have that statistics to back it up, fine. Yeah. But I know there was one rape case in Sweden involved Benagambian. I think most of us heard about that, and that was speedily was speedily done. It didn't take time in Sweden. So I don't know, but you have to also understand that the population of the UK, this is a population of over 60 million people, right?
But they also have the resources, and they
have the resources. Yeah, so it balances out. But I think this judge is very, in my view, I have respect for the judiciary, but I don't have trust in Mbye'S Jallow. Yeah. Based on his track record, he has an appalling track record. I think if other judges like Hadi Roch, the lady that handled the Gam Petroleum, more on handled case B, this will not have happened, because he's very competent, he's very professional. Justice Jaite, we have very good judges in the jury. But Mbye'S Jallow, any case boom handled a Gambia, they're in the Buruhaha. So he has to do with the way he does things. So I think Lolo anyway, Loma appeal feminists, he and again calm down, nak by Hulobi. Violent.
Yo gis nga luñ ma fi saga de waxuma lik, because man suma opinion lay wax lo ma sagé ci suma opinion.
Why fast
body shame for what?
Listen, xam nga lu nga wara understand. We all get insulted on social media. Si politics bi. Fi ku de wax si politics bi rek da nga di am sa wala si saga bi. So why man luma de wax rek, I am not going to go down to anybody's level to saga. So ma saga rek, I will just not lola. Yo, just keep your cool. And I know one thing, you made your points. Why I have never seen you insult anybody, to be honest to you. I have to give you credit. Most of my life is in the saga, while I've been there. We are you are a feminist 101, because you're always there advocating for the equal opportunity rights of women, which is, there's no crime in being a feminist. But I think the feminists should also be talking more about the death of the baby than Sainabou. This is why I might disagreement with the feminists, because the baby at least is the most vulnerable here. ñi yëpp adult lañ ñoom dunda nañ ba sometime kii 2 years life am be terminated. So for me, it should be more about the baby than Bob and Sainabou. And I'm seeing when I'm looking at various campuses, people are advocating more for Sainabou. People hardly talk about the baby. All right? And Sainabou moom moo weer boppam ba mu demee def audio boobu noonu di explain xale bi naka la dee dafa implicate boppam. She made an audio and started explaining, oh, ñun dañ foogoon ne mu ngi si moto bale and that, so the police have every right when the police
waa léegi seexu nañ bàyyi police yi ñu def seen liggéey rek ñu investigate.
waaw man dama bëgg a join sa video because the way you are saying is like problem bi si beneen camp bi la nekk yéen da ngeen am that sort of perfection, that's the narrative.
No, I never said that. No, I didn't. I'm not portraying ourselves as perfect. Man, lima wax ñun ñi identify suñ boppam because sooy wax dangaa wax lu la oon man gisuma fen si man ñi ma xam ñi ma nekk di liggéey.
Gis naa, I've seen it.
Yeah, so you could say the different thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we are perfect or we're not insulting. Man, mun naa wax.
Anyway, thank you for having me. Thank you,
Sehu jërëjëf.
I don't know how should I.
How Masahara, I would do it. Yeah, that's it. So lima wax mo nekk ne like fi Sehu daanele du ma nekk di pretend that we are perfect. This camp is perfect. Man, the few people that I know that I've been working with, it's around the advocacy. It's around let's bring the conversation back to the victim. Let's stop the bullying. Man, no lagis. You guys could see something else. Hanga, just nga feminist si bopam, group of feminism si bopam. You have different camps of feminists. Even within feminism, yangi am radical feminists. You have the liberal feminists. You have different strands. Even on certain issues, fundamental issues, sometimes we don't even agree. We don't always agree because dafa depend yow si ban school of thought nga nekk di jëlee sa li nga argue. So you cannot go around and box us. Ba pare ñu delluwaat mama mu ngi wax ne ma clarify something around the videos. Sainabou videos yum doon def video yu màgget yi ngeen doon indil nit ñi di leen won ne Sainabou daf doon fecca after doomam bi doomi rakam bi bum deeyee loolu ab happenut. Sainabou video yum def video yu màgget yi la. Okay? Nañ leen def ndanka. Like the thing is, man, I'm trying to be civil with this thing. I don't even have the energy. Man, hanga fan la sama energy day génne where man mamuna wa xam man su ma lu ndaw lu ma xam ma share ko with you and then yow tamit nga give back to me. That is where my energy is. My energy duma dee muna happy pour ne dama toog di spend hours on Facebook di xuloo di defante di gaaru wale. I don't have the time. So Sainabou, the reason why we are saying we are talking about her Monica buñ gisee ne dañ ko door di ko tuuti loo si lañ doog di wax. So Aliou mu ne ñu ma lifin ko Aliou Manjang. So Aliou has been somebody bi nga xam ne tamit I've worked with Aliou several times. We've done some shows around women's rights, waxtaan nañ different issues. So maybe he can also bring a different perspective to this. Aliou ngee konton.
Hello. Miss Caesar.
Iba suruaka ngola fola bide. Yo ngata woto.
Sorry, then come mantra fengarim bage no.
Ngata riande acha.
Yes, anyway, aparaka bage mbela conversation no lamwe kang. Ndala mantra comment la back about the court case Bob versus upon the Sunguroni. The only thing is what I need to go from policy perspective, nobody question or menti why this case particularly, because Negambela history gibe until recently we have a lot of rape cases. Maybe at a worst time, but in public opinion, so nila panyulona you have to look Jumale involved, Jumale the work on Jumale car support. At the end of the day, rape. A victim more they all deserve attention from the public. They all deserve attention from the government. They all deserve justice. But the fact that this particular case, I public attention it's raised a lot of question. In fact, I'm offending in kind of fund the society as a Gambia because I'm more better attention see fast Bob attention or men so support men so more better so no la. You muso attention men so so now what is many different the the bopning in Sunkudo, what is the difference from Afro-Gambians. So that tells a lot about us as a society. Then justice, amangininka jumala involved, amangininka keta wadi jumala, amangininka kobe keka wala jumala be diamo kala ho media so mobile en tawo nyim this inherent fongol en ka fanyadi momo wuluta na inyanta ka soto value le men ko mobile la vitala le. So this a momo ya ko be concern, this is question nyantam fangininka why this particular case here attention no soto, not only other case. I mean, that's one thing. Second, ngalon ko atol like comme ça musol me an ko wolel be ni musdo ko at least more can understand ko ba support ka. Membe je jamala on misunderstanding wala maje mol le dole problem so de ngal muntra environment wala indiko alka concept may use feminism. Ngasa na comment on.
Hanin tol buka use den tol buka feminism ni tol finti talente diamu tale kom ka finti nyame nga diamu molo the narrative molle la on definition soto ye wo impose on the feminist then ya fo feminist wala be nyin no makan tol man feminism use the molle ka
but even your diamu kon ka mo ka ko we feminist nka mo de form this the name say la diamu kono ni mo ko me diam ta ngam forget about that let them for the door yalo I mean the in concept or I mean wala any time ni lafa ka understand moment be ko nyin kono way position what ha ko nyin already pour ka ko understand from his or her perspective pour a objective understanding so that we call it balance because jama battle kono you are already activist, you are already advocate. You have this advocacy group pour ka mom sola fonko nyin da ka so pour at the position already you are championing a cause so pour appel damaye diamu molye fonkola pour ko understand be ko la balance just like an Islamist or mome ko any fonko babulu ni kay ko moment wala defan ka fonko man men no ka fola molye kamol e kalam tanda be ko la balance so menyante kala apart from this activist part of feminism and the platform also like more they at least they have that objective stand kajo ko fonko and ka explain more because if only they are more the word itself is well contested and it is object to different ideological interpretation killing but within the feminism you have a lot of schools but more importantly and what concerns me as a Gambian and as an African like to what extent feminism is different from black feminism so I mean, niya gibe ku jamal be jamia ka mantra ko re no dol fon ko re to mondo amen atul men fon be ko kono nci kita ko albe deposit no do ta la ko dol tol you know I mean tan la mal diamo manke dita manke fon there are a lot of issues nga dia men na ka I musolla ko inta but my concern always is about I mean we have to go to the philosophical root of all these concepts of course sometimes we are so theoretical that's true but of it from na londa it's better from practice unless you have a good understanding of it.
Yeah.
Okay. And feminism as a movement at Akumas Tanyadil, I think Tanyadil, different schools melbeje. In fact, today, for example, Marxists need that our feminism. Will be people like you and other people, you are all victim of capitalism.
Yeah.
They will see it like that.
Yeah.
Instead of you, you have black feminists. A pure black feminist will see the whole thing from different perspectives. Okay, unless you bring a platform where you bring all these divergent views about what those feminism means and their applications of probably more understanding because
in fact there lot of resources from Abedunka wala kono we've had platforms nga journalists or someone legal practitioners someone ka focus on the real issue because nyajen told dunta diamo fankono is to draw back the attention back to the rape instead of Sainabou wala Bob Keita. It was more around the real issue and dunga program or someone and we continue to do that. We will have a platform around feminism because I think
that's more of case that's the issue of Bob is a case study. For me it was in that particular Monkuma Bake so the actually a stand letter that has to be clear to people and to what extent for example because for miro mbagala ko bi mo jama ya faham nyame melkafo ani melkafen kay be mistake ko be because bibi lala I mean quand même faut dron I mean, freedom cannot be separated from the advocacy of feminist.
Yeah.
But then now today, for example, ni musoya kumura.
Yeah.
I mean, in a mainstream discourse of feminism, that's an oppression. Because you come freedom. No example, not necessarily meet la mirror. Okay. Ni musoya decide ko ala figure second marriage konon.
Yeah.
Like Anita Moya protect. But in the same
but that depends on the strand of feminists
no,
as well. This is what I'm saying.
No, I'm coming. I'm talking the main.
Choice
I'm talking no.
if we want to go deeper.
Let me land. I'm talking about the mainstream feminism in terms of practice. Advocacy in and come and medium kawal. Okay, be more musume alaka balo wura Kenya no, but it's more of liberty, freedom than kajoko society me abakono. Wala I understand it, I shape about what is the standard measurement of being a feminine. I mean, the standard of feminism. That means you have to have control over your body. Because the question is to what extent that particular person is independent from that social pressure. Just like traditional society. So these are the things we are asking. People are questioning. Okay, the barrier between modernity and tradition, freedom and agency. And in the based into the discourse, and even not necessarily they are against feminism, but even those who are for feminism, who are advocating for feminist phone. Anyway, this discussion should go around. And it should be centered towards the concept itself, not necessarily the practice, the activism and the advocacy.
That would come.
Anyway, thank you for accepting the request.
Thank you so much. Because even Nintendo and Diale be understanding of feminism. Ngafo. Honey be more baffle and yellow honey if it a mem for day. And I make a forward the matter. You and I know that ko meta conolenta fananga manke ko bulta do tata Google nga type nga GB. Honey be more baffle ko honey they take a mem for all and feminism. One term feminism tid. Atol them multi many along alman lafi alman alia kewal hately. Alman ke futulati imaje do bafo kan janko we are not even Muslims. So that is Gambian or ko. It's a lafika conversation also to nyawo nya ning hada madingo malam mind open. To have an open mind to be willing to receive. Honey seke nyawo nya they won't understand. And what bolem to la problem what we want to be dumb and more be katele fengo be long atekeno la wanyama ite mu academician or alu specialized fennoto modo fanam bija specialized fendoto we give you that autonomy to be able to authoritatively speak about things that may along it specialized what it fanam you will london ding or soto you will experience sort of one thing so fendol bija kontete challenge no lato because malo. But if I need more conversation or sort of kaito ko itela mind open night memo to the wala open ite ba karan no la nyadi lebe long okay no la nyadi because even I myself this subject is deep nga for in control the mal we don't agree if you look at prostitution for example it's so diverse. Some feminists are talking about choice, some feminists are talking about oppression of women and objectification, some are talking about agency, a deep tele. So if we are not willing to have those open conversations, but putting an open mindset about it, even putting a conversation or start in the first place. For one thing.
That's true. You know, yeah, problem until most of the time. I remember in KST, we did, for example, the definition of rape, for example. Now, because we all think that we have the similar understanding what those rape means.
Yeah.
But I mean, it means a lot. When it's needed deep in the literature, I'm not talking about from the past, activist perspective, from activist point of view, no. Okay? Like with that, I don't want to go into that, but
don't
everything Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Always a contribution Baraka. Continue without guess. Okay, so I guess maybe I shouldn't allow any more calls because I've been call. Maybe I don't know. Now the divide and rule is to put us against the other. Yeah, that is the divide and rule, and we know where it is coming from, Mama. We know who is behind this feminist attack because a lot of people are even attacking. They don't even understand. They just hear that the feminist in you and you take Bob. That is not the right narrative, because we haven't said ne teach len bob. Feminists haven't said ne bob fila wara neka. Fila la wara neka. No. You follow due process bi nañ follow processes in na loi def ligeyam. That's what we said. Nko loi ya la do ko ke. Ntolu benga mando ngang hakilo tumbe manfola. Ngang hakilo tun damato, because ntol damalem nebo ntol damalle case dol bi ntol damalle do ko ke on those cases. So alinga hakilo tu nga nendi role bula. So this feminism team, we would have a discussion. We would bring in I see that people are adding us, but okay, Mama Lafta Kadung. Let me just put now Mama on. So a lot of people are talking about it. In my understand, so we would bring a whole platform where we bring what feminism really is, the African feminism. We talk about matriarchy to understand that feminism is not new to Africa. It's not a new phenomenon. It's not an imported concept that was brought to Africa. African women and African men have always fought for their liberation. They've always fought for their freedom. They've always fought for their rights. It's not new. Benayon, I've written something about my mom. I said to you, my mom is the biggest feminist, but she doesn't even know the word. She doesn't identify herself as one. But what I see her do, I can say that those are the core values, core principles of feminism. But Dukonango, welcome, Mama.
Thank you, Fatu. Gisngamani. I am so tired.
I know.
But, you know, I wanted to not talk, not get involved today because it is just what it is. Why the family and your hamne so ko dege it kind of it dafla de def ba nga hamne fokk nga duga nga wax something. And I just want to say ne ñun ci suñ bopa, I don't think any of us here, like you've tried to clear it, but people are not here to listen to understand. They're here to listen to respond.
Yeah.
And that makes it difficult because then you cannot have a conversation with somebody on that.
Yeah.
The reason we got involved, man, how ma Sainabou Mbye, yo wax nga ko fii nii, yo xamulo Sainabou Mbye. We've never spoken to this family before this incident. But what we saw online, yo do muna taxaw on a platform of feminism, which is about empowering women. That is what feminism is about. Having a just society and equal access for both men and women.
For both men and women. Mm-hmm.
When we even talk about equality, we're talking about equity.
Equity. Mm.
But lolu yeb duñ ko dé mëna understand or duñ ko dé bëgg duñ dé bëgg ñu léral fofu nonu because lolu sutut ñom sen narrative.
Yeah.
So the only thing that they can do moy ñu malign ñu indi ñu in a debate bo xamné dafa nekk waaw yeen luta waxu len about baby Mohammed, luta waxu len about Lee. We are here to empower women, to support women. That's what feminism is about. So they get feminism, maleism or whatever, is because there is a need. Everybody realizes the whole realize the women are the worst off in terms of our societies, especially culturally, education, etc. Anita Mungifini, we support how we try to do what we can just to have living, just to have children, women, girls go to school. Because even that is a problem in our society. And we don't want to address it. You talk for the empower again, because we all know, whether we want to accept it or not, that our uncles, our family friends, people that come into our homes are raping young girls, young boys in our own homes. And ken du ko de bugawa. Because lolu sutu the narrative of the rapist, gis nga perpetrator, always mom dafa buga mu am the opportunity pour mu shut down everybody pour mu muna continue li mo def and ken du ko hold accountable.
Bepare mu manipulate.
But I cannot sit down on a platform of empowerment. My def anything lo xamne dafa nekk to the detriment of another woman. Over a month I put address some of the things that were being said about me. I made it plain black and white. I don't enjoy going after my fellow women because that's not what I'm about. Wow. But it comes to a point what personal issue do you have with Mama? What personal issue do you have with Fatou Badji? None of them will tell you lila madef wala la lena madef. Because the how mune bailen hale bingena saga bailen hale bingena nirek. She's a prostitute. She did this, she's a that, and we all see it. and then they turn around ñu jël ñu ñun bëgg a ñoo pitch against each other kii mooy the bad one kii mooy the good one ñi ñooy ñi nga xam ne they reasonable ñi ñoo xam ne none of us here ku fekke ku taxaw rek ne yow you're standing on a platform of women empowerment, and the reason there's women empowerment, even with men encouraging women to take up leadership positions, to be, because ñoom xam na ne there's a problem in our society.
Yeah.
So ñun mënuñoo taxaw yow Fatou Badji tey nga ne man I am all about empowering women, I'm all about helping women, ba pare nga toog ngay disparage another women. You cannot do that. So woman boobu roñee, you will even try to help that person, nga try pour indi ko, nga try pour waxtaan ak moom, pour mu understand, but you will not be able pour nga taxaw yow si sa platform nga disparage a fellow woman. And that is what they need to understand. So this is not a debate about na wax ngeen si Baby Mohamed, because waxuñu woon si keesi bopp bi. The reason ñuy wax sa si kees bi is because of the bullying against a woman.
And the shift
of the conversation away from the rape, allegation of rape to this narrative that they want ne kii moo tëj lu kii moo def lii gisuleen video mi mu ngi fecha di celebrate mu ngi def lii, and we have to stop that. Te man dama dee gis ñu bari, and man I make dama ko dee wax, I make no apology in my stance ne duma taxaw ma gis suma moromi jigéen ñu ko néewal doole anywhere ma taxaw ma ñàkk a jël position. Duma gis sax góor ñu ko defal loolu ba pare ñun mi ñoo wax nii ne ñun we hate men, we are xaw ma naka, man ku ma xam ñi ma xam bu baax. That's why I laugh, because these people don't know me. Man, my dad is my best friend. Li ma wax suma pa beneen jigéen sa si kaw suuf duma ko waxa moom. There is no other woman on this earth, nobody, suma yaay bi ma jur sax li ma mun a discourse ak suma papa, li ma mun a def ak suma papa, because my dad is the one that empowered me. My dad is the one that gave me a voice. Why how we even operate, they don't know nothing about us. Some of the things they're saying, you hear it and you laugh.
Yeah. I'm na kuneka di wax ne we cannot even keep a husband. As if keeping a husband is that important.
My dad was married for 13 years. 13 years.
Yeah.
ñoom ñëpp di wax na some of them don't even have that mileage in the marriage.
No.
So ñoom xamuñ what, let's gis nga su ñoo man dama dee wax ne na ku nekk nga respect sa position, nga taxaw nga def sa liggéey. Jarut di saaga nit ñi, jarut ku binda nga ne lu tax mu binda lii, jarut nothing. Because ñun ñëpp mi ñoo wax ni ay féministes, ñun dey xam naa ci dara de ñun dey mandu nañ mandu boo xam ne duñ dem si ñoom kenn si seen wall yi foofu noonu ne leen we don't agree with you supporting Bob, or what you're saying is this or that. Mun dey man mun naa ekkati suma loxo si kaw ne demuma si kenn du mu ne génnee fii benn screenshot bu ma ko ne ci sa dama dem ci sa Facebook wall ma ne la li nga wax ni about Bob, you're supporting Bob, agree with ma ci or whatever. I would never do it. Because I agree with the right of everybody pour nga support ko bëgg a support. My issue is nañ leen bàyyi saagante bi, ku nekk nga taxaw fi nga taxaw nga def li nga def ñun ñëpp ñu dem. Because at the end of the day tey man de ku taxaw te dama ko waxoon before and I'll say it again, ku taxaw ne justice bi dafa slow bi just judge bi sa génne woon ne motoom bi moo tax motoom bi moo tax demut court, ñun ñëpp a génn fii ñu condemn ko. Man, I will agree with everybody that the slow dispensation of justice is not fair on anybody. Not the victim, not on Bob. Nobody.
Wax nañ ko several times.
Wax nañ ko waxaat ko. But because that doesn't suit their narrative. That doesn't suit their narrative yi mooy féministes yi dañ hate góor, féministes yi dañ génn pour tëj góor yi, féministes yi dañ def lii pour ñëpp ñëw ñu saaga ñu. Pour ñëpp ñëw su ko defee ñoom li ñoo def ak ñoom si luñ nekka loolu mu nëbbu. And I keep telling people, there is a very, very dangerous precedent being set here. Mooy ne one, dinañ ñu pitch ñun jigéen yi against each other pour ñu nekk di xeex. Two, mooy ne ñoom si seen biir ñu ngi def seen plots di def seen ay mbir. Gis nañ fi léegi 4 jigéen ñu yóbbu leen court. Why? Because they were supporting another woman. Tey court bi mu ne bu kenn wax si case boobu, but we have all heard and seen minute to minute detail of what was happening in that courtroom. Te kenn du ko condemn, kenn du wax dara. Ñun suñ jógoon tey ñu wax si ñu saaga ñu wax ñu lu nekka. there is something fundamentally wrong with that. It's not about feminists versus men. It's not about feminists versus Gambians. It's about them. It's about them. And suñ nango ba ñu jël rhetoric bi turn ko into its feminists against us, we are all going to have problems here because dinañ fi def dara jigéen du ñemee wax góor sax nañ ko fi def dara di ñemee wax dinañ fi jaay nit doole kenn du ko ñemee wax because ñun ñëpp la ñoo bëgg a silence.
Yeah.
ñun ñëpp la ñoo bëgg a silence man nag man wax naa leen ko and I will say it again. I will say it again. Te yow wax nga ko. We have shaken the very core of where these people, because ñi fee door seen jabar yi xam nañ leen. And we are after them. Yow gis nga case biñ doon def Banjul bu yàggul rek lu bari ñëwuñ wax ko online. waaye li ñoo def Banjul ak xale jigéen yi ñoo door seen biir kër yi mu fa tege. And those people, what do? They hide behind this movement ne feminists yi dugg na fi gën a fale pour ñu mën a protect seen boppa. Because they know will come after them. We will not accept anybody hitting their wives or xoolal li ñoo def jigéen biir Gambia. You saw jigéen buñ doon liggéeyal bu yàggul rek ñu jël ko door ko be xaañ ko gaañ ko. How can a man do that? Yow yaa ngi am yaay yaa ngi am sister li ngeen a wax si ñun ne ñun ñu ngi am ay papa am ay uncle and everything else. Noon ngeen amee ay yaay am ay sisters am mbokk am everybody. And you should not allow those women to suffer because of a few men yoo xam ne dañ jël ne ñoom suñ meree duñ control seen anger, they will beat women. Dañoo jël ay men yoo xam ne ñoom dañ ne su leen jigéen waxee no ñoom because of seen power ak jox nañ leen xaalis. They have the right to sleep with them. No, you don't. So mayee jigéen million sa mu ne la no bugguma is a no. So mayee jigéen million laa la wax mu taxaw ne la no bugguma attidaa yow. You have to accept ne kooku buggut attidaa yow nga respect loolu. So man de xaw ma keneen de man su jigéen ñëwee ne ma door na ma te man yi ma fi génnee yëpp dama ko génnee xale bu góor bi ma doon xeexal fii ñu jël ko réeb ko Banjul ndax ñooñu nit ñi gisuñ ko. All of a sudden it's a hatred against men. How can it be a hatred against men? How can even that make sense?
It doesn't make sense. It's really crazy. It doesn't make sense.
It really doesn't make sense. ñun ñu am ay papa am ay doom yu góor. am ay uncles am ñi nga xam ne ñu gën a close si ñun sax xëy na ay góor lañ. And you stand here and want to peddle a narrative. ñun ñu doon sëy man suma maas bi dama sëy 13 years. ñaata nit mën a wax ne man am naa those number of years in my marriage. So ñun ñu am doom yu góor am yëpp ñu taxaw ne leen ne ñun dañ xeex dañ sip ay góor moo tax ñuy xeex ngeen gëm ko. And ñu toog bay dem to the extent of saying ne so man dañ ma door si suma sëy moo tax man ma bita and laughing at that domestic violence. People are now laughing at that ne loolu dafa funny.
And they are laughing at FGM as well, not even knowing the law is illegal in Gambia. Being proud, ngay door sa dina di wax ne dina la dugal xarafu law, and you know that's illegal in Gambia, and you're saying that.
Definitely, Mota Manela. There's a lot of work to be done, and man lima appeal to everybody. Moyne, yena yi suñ leen ko wax sa yeen, xalaat leen bu baax ngeen seetaat bu baax ndax nit ñi de li ñoo wax méngoo na ak seen ay jëf wala méngoo na ak seen ay kàddu because loolu dafa am solo ñun every day whether people know it or not we are here with so many victims of domestic violence, so many victims of rape. Génn naa fi ma wax kan moo njëkk a def fii alarm bi ne they are taxi drivers operating in Gambia raping women. Jigéen yooyu ñeme ñu ñoo génn ñu wax ko because of lii ñu leen a def social media. Taxi drivers yoo xam ne dañoo dugga taxi driver ak xaritam toog si kanam yow nga dugga ci seen taxi yow jigéen ñu yóbbu la ñu ba si àlla ñu rape la. We have seen it here. And if we talk about it ngeen ne buñ ko wax because what waruñoo support jigéen yi waruñoo fomparongo ñi suñ moromi jigéen waruñoo advocate for them.
And mama li ma si gën a jaaxal sax they are saying that ñun dañ dee dem di medal di taste yi di wax jigéen yi lu ñoo def ak lu ñu def. I feel ne loolu is even against the core of feminism parce que su fekkee ne yow ñoom dañoo ñu ngi saaga jigéen yooyu noonu because it means that those women don't even have a voice or those women don't have choices ñoom dañ war a xaar pour kenn beneen jigéen ñoo wax leen ne yow lii nga def te ñun what we believe in is in that personal autonomy nga mun a am that voice even in advocacy work you don't tell somebody ne dema report diw you don't tell somebody ne lii nga war a def you ask the person you give them options and ask the person what they want to do and you work with them on that doo dem di dugga si biir néegi sëy ñun ñu ngi toppatoo si sëy naka la ñoo duggee si sëy jàmbur yi pour wax nit ñi ne this is how you have to run your home
ak si ban sëy sax because what business is it of ours kuy sëy ak ku dut sëy what business is it of ours ñun ñi fi taxawal yëpp dañ ñëw ñu génn ñu réep leen wala ñu dóor leen wala whatever ñooñu ñu ne lii lañ ñu def ngeen ne ñun bu ñooñu ñëwee jooy si ñun nañ leen ne gomuñ leen ñu daaxaleen si biti ñun ñëpp ñu bokk si saaga bi ñu saaga leen ñu buli leen ñoom ñëpp ñu noppi loolu tamit na loolu sax ne xel mun na koo xalaat nañ waxante dëgga te koo si laaj ñoom ñëpp like I said lan nga jotee kii personally mënu la koo wax lan la def mënu la koo wax fan la saaga man kii buli nañ ma 1 month dama génn benn yoon rek wax and that was federal offense but everybody that saw the bullying te duñ am li ma ci gën a métti mooy everybody that saw it was quiet did not say anything but when I retaliated when I went out and said anything man maay am problem and but what I'm saying is man fi mu nekk nii sax maa du nangu kenn du ma distract in terms of what I'm doing because fii buñ xalaatee ñaata nit ñoo fee jooy ñaata xale jigéen ñoo fee jooy ñaata nit xale yu góor ñoo fee jooy because ñu ngi leen réep the only people they can rely on mooy ñun faatu ñun dañ toog yenn saay ba guddi ba ay fajar di wax di support ay nit that we don't even know
te fayuñ ñu si de waaw fayuñ ñu si de comme li ñoo wax ne dañoo ut xaalis pour seen NGO yi pour ñu fay leen you are talking to the west ñun ñëpp dañ am suñu liggéey special liggéey yu ñoo liggéey fii ñuy am salary so we don't need grants pour ñu lifin ba pare tamit even if we needed grants to run an organization yéen ban organisation ngeen gis that works without money da ngeen foog ne dafa ñëw toog nii rek work it doesn't work like that so ñun dee dimbale on the ground kenn du dee ñëw mu feeñ ñu ne si dimbal buñ ko dee dimbale ba pare duñ leen dee xam it's not even that we know them that's why we are helping them we help them out of ñun empathy buñ am si ñoom loolu rek lañ leen dee dimbale comme li nga wax la Sainabou Mbye bi nii xamuñ ko wallahi xamuñ ko before this whole issue we don't know her.
I want to say something gis nga ñi saaga Sainabou tamit dama leen a ñaan ñu bàyyi seen xel parce que gis nga aha tamit dafa am yow nit ñëw na ne la vidéo bi xale bi deyee la ko def nga jóg vérifié yu loo vidéo bi seetuloo nga ñëw nga door di saaga di wax kooku lu ñaaw di def lu nekka an yéen a ngee saaga bay dugga si famille nit ñi di dugga si famille Sainabou xamu leen famille Sainabou xamu leen yaayam xamu leen papaam xamu leen nothing about these people te ñi mandu nañ ba yéen ñëpp ñi leen a saaga ñu ngi leen a toog di leen bàyyi ak yàlla nag dafa diis because man family members yi may waxal yëpp one thing lañ ma dee wax ñu ngee gis ñii de saaga yi métti nañ wax bi ñaaw yi métti nañ waaye ñun de sippa nañ suñ ci yàlla ñaan ko bàyyi leen ak yàlla man de ku ma ne bàyyi naa la yàlla ma ragal tiit si àdduna si nekk nii ak fi àdduna si tollu nii ku ma ne bàyyi naa la ak yàlla ma ragal tiit support nag ku nekk moo ko war a def waaye nañ leen moytu saaga bi ak liñ see dugal loo xam ne bokku si surtout famille Sainabou li ñoo go through is enough kër boo xam ne tey dafa am ay guards yu ñëw di ko guard because every day yéen a ngi romba di saaga oo ngeen romba ne di ngeen fa laka oo ngeen nekk di harass family boobu noonu what for lan moo ko fi jar at the heart of this case is a 15-year-old who was raped. Who raped her? Nobody knows. A child is a product of that rape, so that's statutory rape, whether we like it or not. Kufi amte
clearly a victim, yeah.
Kufi amte 15-year-old mu bir mu ne la kii ak kii la billahi li Sainabou ak famille am def rek ngay def. But that doesn't mean ne ñun dañ war a toog fii nii every single day ñu attack family boobu ñu wax leen ñu ñaaw ñu def leen it's just so wrong. And ñun like I said man for man waxuma about baby Mohammed because that case is being investigated by the police. waxuma about Bob Keita'S case because that case is in front of the courts la ma ci wax rek mooy ne nañ gaawal di process pour ku nekk xam foo féetee jàmmane ñooy soo duma ci wax li ma wax li ma am sañ-sañ pour wax mooy ne bàyyi leen saaga doomi jàmbur bi bàyyi leen bullying bi loolu laa dee wax te loolu laa nekk di wax consistently with any woman
xoolal am na ku nekk li laajte why not for Kadi Jaaju xam nga duñ dee follow before ngay comment si nit ki day dem di seet borom loolu moo tax ma ne leen ne go back and watch go back and read go back and understand who we really are and what we stand for bu ko defee di ngeen mun a xam balaa ngeen di topp rek di wax because Kadi Jaaju moom fanaa keesam bi yéen ñëpp xam ngeen ne wax nañ si man emuma sax di wax fii man dama contact family Kadi Jaaju Ndoog I'm not those people who just sit on Facebook di wax te fekka reach out to law so ñun ñu bari liggéey nañ si case Kadi Jaaju bi and it's still messing around case boobu mu ngi nii the other day bi ma waxee ne am na perpetrator yu nekk di dox di dem di toppatoo seen soxla Kadi Jaaju perpetrator bi bàyyi nañ ko mu dem so we are talking about these things nekkul ne dañoo toog ba pare tamit we cannot what they need to understand is we cannot fight all cases come you have to look at the most vulnerable of the vulnerable you have to check whether xoolal case Aisha Fati bi people are saying why you not talking about Aisha mu ngi nekk xarit ak suma raka la xale boobu suma raka la why I know ne Aisha has the resources she has the voice she has the capability to fight for herself saa yu ma gisee ne amut munuta am resources boobu wala amut she's not capable enough to fight for herself then dinaa jóg ma wax si moom Kadi Jaaju amul ñu ko xeexal ñun ñëpp suñ jógutee wax ak moom famille yam munuñ koo xeexal Sainabou Mbye tam soo gisee ñu bàyyi ko ba last minute bii nii ñu duga si moom parce que fii nii lañ ko néew looyee doole we thought ne she was capable enough to defend herself so you have to invest your time and resources into people who are very very vulnerable parce que ñun xeex bi yëpp munuñ koo xeex munuñoo taxawal jigéeni Gambia yëpp it's impossible suñ leen ko fi waxee tamit we would disappoint you because we don't have the capacity mama yoo yaa ngi am say doom man maa ngi am sumay doom ñu ngee war a sëy bi ngeen ne ñu sëy bi léegi naka la ñoo sëy bi toppatoo xale ba pare xeex for everybody else we just don't have the resources and the capacity to do that so we have to look at those who are the very most vulnerable
but gis nga man sax man gis nga after this whole thing sax dama waxoon ne sax ne I was just battle fatigued so bëgguma woon a dugaat si anything else but dañ la dee push every day ana ngeen waxu leen duga na fi génn na fale def ngeen lii def ngeen laa and none of them check on our mental health none of them check on us none of them ñi wax ne xeexalal kii none of them are there for us
kenn nekk buñ ñu fi saagee kenn jógut buñ ñu saagee fii takal ñu bersi fii nii maama kenn gisuma benn nit nga xam ne ñun ñu ngi taxawal xeexal jigéen yi ngeen gis ne man musuma génn saaga anybody lu nekk dama ko def si njëkk ak teranga ngeen gis nit saaga ma nobody stood up to condemn people were watching and clapping
and
people
sharing
were watching and clapping and sharing it
di ko dugal si seen vidéo yi di share so all of those people are the problem te suñ paree suñ jógee ñu ne xeexal leen kii and none of you will check on our mental health none of you will check on how we're doing none of you will check on that so moo tax soo leen toogee nag xëj na ngeen gis ne ak ñeen billahi suñ leen fi bàyyee ak ñii suñ leen fi bàyyee ak ñeen a ñii yéen kenn du fi waxati biir Facebook man maa leen wax loolu doo leen waxati si seen kër yi doo leen waxati anywhere suñ leen fi bàyyee rek ak ñii because dinañ leen bulli dinañ leen saaga ñun liñ ñoo def because kuñ fi jóg di door di attaque ñun ñu jóg taxaw si kanam ñun lañ dee ñëw si suñ kaw ñu bàyyi kooku so yéen loolu mooy ndee nekk yéen seen gaalaaj ak seen protection against these people because ñun xam nañ ne xëj na ñun mun nañoo dékku yenay mun nañoo jël yenay mun nañoo dékku yenay mun nañoo jël yenay but dafa nekk ne billahi ñun suñ and they know it gis loo man fu ma ne taxaw rek ne jàkk dañoo pare pour saaga dañoo pare pour silence ma dañoo pare pour def everything because they know ne man I'm always a barrier between them and the victims or the people that they want to get to because saa yuñ demee after ñoom ma jóg saa yuñ demee after moom ma jóg man lañ dee ñëwal
yow yaay nekk ene bébé waaw yow yaay nekk ene bébé
loolu dama ko dee understand and sometimes I do it deliberately pour shield ñooñu against them
but that's the fight yeah it involves that dafa laajte loolu so it has always been like that so xeexal the marginalized it's always been like that so dinañ la attaque waaye dama foog ne dinañ nekk si situation boo xam ne by now because yàgg nañoo wax dinañ doon mën a amee conversation without going personal dinañ doon mën a amee conversation without saagante bi dinañ doon mën a am conversation as women ñu ni neen because ñun jigéen ñi ñoo nekk di saagante góor yi nekkuñ di ñu saaga.
The sad part is dañoo jël li nga wax oo ñu jël something ñu yóbbu ko si seen groupe si ñu ne leen gis ngeen ñun ñëpp la wax ñun ñëpp la saaga oo ñun ñëpp la lii. And they do it because they want to recruit other people. ñoom xam nañ ne ñoom kenn rek duñ xeexa yow. So they recruit other people pour ñu ñëw. Even people that you're close to, they will go to them. ñu ne leen kii mu ne lii ak lii si yow. Pour ñooñu ñu ñëw dal ñun ñu ne ñun la ñoo saaga wala dañ ñoo xas wala dañ ñoo whatever. Te fii kan nga fi mun a xas te mënu laa xas. Kan nga fi mun a wax lu ñaaw te mënu laa wax lu ñaaw. Waaye dafa am lu bari luñ dee seet moo tax duñ dee tontu.
Bamba Mass mu ngi bëgg a ñëw xaaral ma bàyyi la mama nga dem man tam damaa ñëw génn waaye jërëjëf thank you so much the work is difficult te li nga wax fii nii loolu dama ko bëgg a emphasize kenn du dee seet check on our mental health or well-being nobody checks on us te liggéey bi nii dafa métti liggéey bi nekkut liggéey bu easy because loo xam ne yow bokkuloo ñooñu xamantewu leen empathy rek moo la tax a jóg nga am si saaga it's not necessary it's so uncalled for so nañ leen ko teg damaa dugal Bamba Mass and ñu jeexal lifin bi am na ku wax ne maa ngi gis Sadio mu ngi wax ne mu ne maama xeexalu ko ok Sadio de xam naa ne yow you wouldn't say that to me because yow xam nga ne man xeexal naa la so and the thing is like I said we cannot all fight duñ mën a xeex all the cases parce que dañ bëri ñun mënuñoo xeexal ñëpp you know that we haven't got the resources we haven't got the capacity pour ñu xeexal ñëpp so people have to understand that and xeex tamit is a choice people cannot condition others to fight a specific fight déedéet loolu choice la so I think you guys never check my mental health okay Bamba Mass is gone so for now dinaa ko fi emal fii I think where I want to wrap up I'm sorry ñi nga xam ne xawma leen I cannot just accept you because normally I do that waaye tey I think I want to be very careful because of for the first time saaga nañ ma saaga bi dafa métti tamit xam nga sama mbokk yi pour man sa faalew ma waaye mbokk yaa ngi complain you know and foog rek ma careful with the people that I deal with waaye Bamba ñëwaat na okay Bamba mbatu ngee dundi quickly dorong Bamba Mass approve just quickly mbe Bamba Mass dundi la quickly dorong ngaji be abe men fola assalamu alaikum Bamba
Assalamu alaikum Baji Base
now
yalon tel tamalti so yalon alberto yenange toñde
ñu ngi tooñ ñan la ñoo tooñ
ngeen we don't stand up for you of course we do
Bamba bari ya bulatan na janne kon te mom moje men fintita ko ñuko na man ke teri malti men fintita kanjibe fombe okay mom moje me ya condemned
no but like you and Mama say you cannot control everybody you people cannot fight for everybody likewise
not to fight for you but to check on you ite entela track record lon ne yalla nako mbuka nendiri ke mbuka fenke ni moja fintita ka nendiroke you can check whether
no but we always do Mama suma jarbaat la yow suma sistanga nene bojang muma sonal fale suma brother fale gise ngay bin of course because the thing is we all know what you stand for
yeah
but I do have this fear that yen solen moitud the case of our daughter Sainabou might diminish all what you have fought for all your lives. I would give a brief explanation. You see, Sainabou needs help. And I don't think you people are giving her that necessary help she needs. Because Sainabou does not have guidance as to how to go about this matter. You know, because it's very complex. It is a former husband, an ex-husband that was involved or allegedly had an affair with your sister, who was 3 months pregnant by the time you went to report the matter to the police. This is very, very serious. Where were the family? Where were Sainabou? Where were everybody else when the girl was pregnant for 3 months? Why didn't the girl confess, or why didn't anybody go to the police to make a report?
Bamba, because yalong ni rape keta that the way the cycle works is when it happens, it is not a common practice for people to go and report, because why at that period They're trying to even conceive what had happened to them. They would be self-blaming themselves. They would be questioning to really understand what had actually happened to me. You can't understand.
And Fatu, with your Jolai, they are very straightforward people. Do you believe our daughter was raped?
Yeah, long bamba for me, I am not going to. I believe Mama. This is my position from the beginning, that I believe Mama, because I do not think that a 15-year-old would point a finger to somebody and say they've done something to them when nothing exists at all. That is my belief. And I believe her because I don't want her to continue blaming herself. I don't want her to continue isolating herself. But you can believe something, I believe something. Only the evidence is presented at court. What had really transpired. And what I believe or don't believe don't matter, because at the end of the day, perception, it is not going to determine the case. Now before our opinions will not determine the case. Only law will be in case.
Yeah, but let's call a spade a spade. As a feminist, don't you people have this believe me? Whosoever is accused is presumed innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, that is the law.
Yeah, exactly. So if we say the law should take its due course, yeah. But hello, my sister, for crying out loud,
yeah,
for the judiciary or the Minister of Justice to be adjourning a particular case of this magnitude for more than 17 times, up to 2 years or more, and the accused keeps languishing in Malta. Where were the feminists? Why wouldn't the feminists call for speedy justice?
But
for
we
the young
have, Bamba, this is the problem with me having conversation with most of the Gambians, because some of you don't follow us. You don't know what we've been on about. I have spoken the first time. The first time I've spoken about this case, the first time on Re-Enter the Gambia, I have said that Bob deserves a speedy trial, that Bob and all other parties involved do deserve a free justice. They deserve a free trial, and that the delay of the justice does not only impact on Bob, it also impacts on who? The victim as well. Because there is victim or the main priority in all of this. Because I would not do that. That's not who
nobody should. No, nobody should. Because the victim here. Yeah, but no, let us be fair. No. Let us be fair here. The victim is the victim. I have so much sympathy for Mama as a daughter. I feel for her. Because Mama, it doesn't matter whether she had sexual contact on consent with anybody. Anyone that has made love to Mama raped her. Because she does not have the capacity to consent to sex. I agree.
This is what we said, that's where the conversation
that one I agree 100%.
Yeah. And we did not say, and the feminists did not say Bob should languish in jail. The feminists did not say Bob is guilty. Yalong Bamba, there's a difference between when you believe somebody and what the facts are. We are saying that we are standing by Mama, and we want due process nyetama. And Tolbalom na nyameng for Bob is guilty or innocent is true following that due process. And we are totally against the delay
that's where
of
I have
justice.
problem. My dear sister, that's where I have problem.
Minto.
If you people, not only we are standing by Mama.
Yeah.
I think you should be neutral in this matter.
No,
because Mama, no, wait, let me finish. We are standing by Mama. That's where, because Mama, Sainabou, Bob, and the baby or whosoever, they are all our children. And as mothers, you mothers should be the forefront of trying to dispense justice between these two parties.
Yeah.
But if you side with one party, that's where I have problem. I know you people side with women most of the time, but sometimes women can also be wrong.
Absolutely.
And as a mother, yes, as a mother, let's just call it a spade. And you love them to the moon.
Yeah.
In fact, dinke onim baleka dia most of the time. We all know that. Mama, my Jarbat, Mama Ringe knows very well. Mama knows me. And all of you feminists, all of you.
Yeah.
But there a problem of this time around. And I feel for you people because Alba Katakam Bakele. But I'm beginning to realize that the way alien case handle Nyameng, it has diminished a lot of your efforts. Because Alia handled it wrongly. Because
Bamba
look at
handle wrong ita malong follow fanga menke, and that is a lot of Gambians. They keep saying what exactly did we do? Because you cannot tell me
okay. Let me listen.
Ite site ita fanga menka diamote site. Kafokong lata mola I memfo. It doesn't necessarily mean ko Maria memfo wolen tonyati. And it doesn't invalidate wondongo wala manki ko yo wondongo banje. This is where Gambians need to understand. Because ntol bete kamben no la kilina nim fengo keta. Fo nyindongol sa je nyama, nyindongol fana ya je nyama. Nte as a women's rights advocate, ngamel long rape la Carola, nganna cultural nyame ko Gambia hani ko moyo ko yengis vagin le fango, you are stigmatized. Okay? Puru moye finti nang ala kono fengo ay wo finti na membuko for rape. Among easy. It's not easy. In a cultured community like Gambia is not like the West where you can make up. And near Gentenga opposition ota, we have to look at the statistics on rape. We have to check how many rape allegations were left keta falsely. And diten interbebe to babudu jene, go and research and you would find out that the false allegations are very, very rare. Even here in the West. It does happen, but it's very rare. If you take it back to Africa in Gambia, where you and I come from, you would realize that until up to today, namanan case soto ninga soto you correct me or those who are watching young correct. Nga case Jumale soto me alonko, it's gone through the processes atata on trial and you mari acute acquit. Ya jeko amari me accusation okay. I meant for it's false. You know we have to start from a basis. We start from a basis.
If you can tell a postal follow, there is a rapist that was actually jailed in the Gambia. In fact, Nene Bojang has copied my post and pasted it. Because for me, what I do is I keep saying, Bob Keita'S in case cannot any rapist try to take advantage of our daughters, we will castrate you. Sometimes I'm very blunt. But the problem I have with this case, you did say that I took sides.
You did.
Maybe in your view, I'm supporting Bob Keita'S. Maybe in your view. But I am supporting Bob Keita'S for the prolonged detention. But in terms of whether he raped or he doesn't, I did not take any side. All that I said is the boyfriend, the alleged boyfriend, has admitted to the police to have slept with the girl. The boyfriend has also raped. And I've never had any of you feminists calling for the boyfriend to be prosecuted.
But Bamba, anybody who has slept with this girl, I'm telling you right now, and I've said it in Re-Enter the Gambia, any single person who has slept with an underage should be brought to justice. Inyanta Mari Sambala na nekom ye Bob Sambana men. I'm clear on that. I don't have any reason to hate on Bob. Manyin kambanding along. Munati nambela feda itara jail.
No. I didn't Marvel you that's personal.
Momo ning dindungo yela dindungo me along ka mantara of age. Amari nyante dankula lualale. That is what I'm saying. And that has been my position. What I have said, I want people to go back and follow. And a lot of us were like that. The first time I spoke, I said, this boy, malong sinya jelle nyanta ka for puru Gambia ya moy. Ko, nyin boyo, ameta nyameng, amanya nakamewa nyama, with those flimsy excuse. But 2 years for a rape case is not an abnormal thing. You and I know in the UK where we are, rape cases do take many years. On average, in 2021, it takes on average 1,000 days. That's
but
2 years,
you have
7
to understand.
months.
You have to understand. UK laws and the Gambia are different now because UK laws.
Yeah, our lawyer mengs manako jama ntolo lual. We took it from here. Ibe men phone all wala nyintiko.
The common law, no, we do have the common law, but those are very old outdated systems that have been repealed several times by the UK courts of appeal and the British Privy Council. Majalam Fatu, Nico.
I'll free Bob. Water ko luwa nying ko niye accused of rape la inyantete solon nale. That is the constitution. What we should be saying is Change that law.
No, in fact, that is not the Constitution. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
That is not the Constitution. People that are saying that if you are accused of rape, you cannot be bailed, it's not true.
But the loyal wala for the
No.
I
Constitution. That was an act of, that was Section 92, I think, if I'm right, Section 90 or Section 92. But that is an act of Parliament. The Constitution is bigger than an act of Parliament, my dear.
But it's like the Sexual Offences Act nyeng. Sexual Offences Act nyeng. And in criminal code procedure nyeng fay ka kumandi wala nyama tayo wal jibe many alonko offenses on many alonko is not
yes,
but they say it's at the discretion of the judge. Nin Jojo Santa, then yes, is as a bail no, but Nin Jojo capital offense.
But because the matter was given to a lazy, lackadaisical judge who sleep, who keeps saying, MS Jallo, na senior schoolmate at Amitage. Menko ateka nafilile, walantin nabukana no kitiola. For crying out loud, dumale nane omoy dunia kono fang. Jojo konten nafilitale, wala namana no kitiola. Judiciary nyabala. The judiciary is even part of this crooked system that we have. Because Fatu, you and I and Mama and everybody fought for a better system. We are seeing our systems crumpling and nobody is giving any heck about it. All that we keep doing.
Sadio Siso comment on our post. Sadio, can you post that again? Because there are lots of comments coming on. Sadio, kwete oyalo no kontele ngeno kodi. So mare bina mine safela nyet.
No, you can just report to me.
Sadio nkate butere no primary school. Ate entelo nenta ka butere no.
But in that system, manna purkamede. You are doing good. You guys are doing good. But member na dorong wala mo. Ala try dorong ali kamane wala mfana ma dingol na la broda sola. Da al kolman dem fay mfana no kam. But anytime na kita dorong alko ha musol fana kan rape kele. For mala musol fana kan rape le.
What?
Fana kan dorong kewol fana rape le. So ibaji la ko ning kan yo report loi bu kol be banna kaytol be banna safelal.
Yeah.
Because what do
Bamba yalo minem statistically women are more vulnerable and musol legena ka rape. Wonga wolon ne globally.
Yes. Average. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Average, rape. I agree with you.
Time and effort put like when people say we need to have men's act, how can you have an act for those who have been privileged throughout history? Men have always been privileged. We know that's how it's
I agree.
It's here in the West. That's how it has been. So why would we put resources and effort into somebody or a group of people who have already had the privileges? Even with payment, women did not have equal pay until
men. Life generally is privileged. You are also privileged in another department where I am not where I am disprivileged.
Effort put into those who are marginalized. That's where the difference.
Yeah, but no,
into those who are marginalized.
They are poor and everything. They do have other certain age over men in some aspects. Because most of us you understand? Especially the way and manner we are brought up. So the way our society is being handled, the way our society is going on, because because the problem is alkam silandile ninkombe nyanta menkela ntolbe nyanta advocate la for the laws to be changed in such a way that momo be more accused la, let it be sure that I rape le momo rape Gambian tebe rape so tebe the victim the
but
one rape
ibalon na nyadile bamba ko mo rape le
rape is easy
hani kombe menna comme ni moy ni ko ni at irita ya long ite balon na nyadi le ko moy mo reple ni o mari
momo bita mo report la pour memena if the laws are stiff momo be mo report la abe kela ita report la just because ina a problem le soto because this is what is alleged in Bob's case ina a problem le soto yete ya report ako I reple you understand fat woman fair Because
Absolutely.
then na sister Fadubaji tetra diaring, made fankering, all of a sudden I command Ike Mame na Fudola 19 Chompolo. All of a sudden you know command Konyoko, broad and came my rape.
Ngamba tu for court yala tell you wala samba wala nantaka wala for be all
But
speculating.
court you know man fair fatu, court for all mantilin kito na tilin na fatu.
Trial there are systems in place.
That trial, in fact, that trial itself should be discontinued because the judge is already biased. Already.
Okay, so let's advocate. You guys
Yeah.
should advocate for a change.
Because Bobla I mobile kunendi ngadua falling Jojo is serious because ndolbe jikri tolen la nin segment down in sembeti odunta nyole tolen nyanta farala nyobala. But all of a sudden, can you imagine from nowhere your blood sample bondi dindi nyimbala iko yo samana. No, what is bias in my view.
Jojo due process. You cannot say after justice for Bob and you don't trust the system.
Ndamala justice for Bob alone. I want justice for Mama. I want justice for the baby. I want justice for Bob. I want justice for Sainabou.
This is the first time I'm hearing it. This is the first time
I even want justice for myself. I even want justice for you. I want justice for the entire Gambia. I want the laws of the Gambia to be no, because you feel victimized. More and for no reason. That is just that means they are violating your right. Ninga taranga nendro wato meneko nendro criminalize ninga kenu tonu kudol ka wolte kala bi.
Yeah.
So but anyway, thank you very much, sister.
Thank you,
I am
Bamba.
so happy.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much. All right. Thank you. I have to go now because question, Jang. You asked something. Can you just type that so that I can answer that and go? But the feminists that have identified themselves, mam moji je men ko bob nyanta soronna mam moji je men ko bob ya disafla nyanta kala daming andun ka foko I believe ta mamala comme many ya lon ko fanan bob kanun tellem itul fana ya folo ko I believe ta bob lale, and that is absolutely normal and it's absolutely fine. We don't have any problem with that because okay tale it atul maybe anim bob kachata bob ko make ntol fana we feel that ko nyindi ngo ko nyine ken tol nga believe le. So the only way we can find out the truth about this, the only way walem system on nyinti judiciary nyinti walem court nyinti and the evidence that have been presented. Sainte, for me personally, no matter in case that a nyama whether you bob convictly or ya accurately, I trust the system to put 100%, I would accept it. I would accept it. And if at all yung prosecution or into trial you bob accused, then we would focus. The advocacy would shift a little bit in terms of talking to women and girls and everybody else, society as a whole, what rape really entails. Okay? Mbenna shift, mbenna advocacy nying shift lale, isaje konkana many false accusations also. Isaje ko we don't have a lot of false accusations because we don't want false accusations, but we cannot do. That's not a benchmark right now. Amansia, what we have established is that rape is rampant in the Gambia, but what we have not established is that false accusation is rampant. And I'm not gonna put my energy and effort into something that's not a problem. Yes, when this turns out to be that Bob is right, they acquit him, then the energy would be shifted. That's what I want you guys to understand. And Allah understand ko, ninkom believe ta mamala. It doesn't mean ko nga Bob banyle. I don't have a reason to hate that boy. I don't have it. Antemalo what kita rape, the only way we can find out rape, especially natrako you report so quickly, is through the court system with the evidences that present themselves. But naman what other ways would we know? So baratol control Bob la mol sa phone ko they believe in Bob, but in tolta phone ko we believe in mama. And please understand ko we cannot hate men. It's not easy. Like do you know what you're talking about? Kakewa bany. Muna nambe kewa bany la. Falu mukewal leti. Kemal mukewal leti. Dindungol dinkewal mukewal leti. Mbaringol mukewal leti. How can we hate men? Momo yente long yalo no konte fama wala mna best friend. So muna nambe kewa bany la. Kewa muneke. Feminism manke ko kewa ka wale kele. Because ako equity lem. Access to resources, access to opportunities. Puru keo and impuru muso. So you guys are framing the feminist narrative. If you dig deeper, feminism manke muso la kuwa mati. It's about access. So alinga sonko bula, alinga jojo bula manyo longa nyoje nyim Facebook wala to. Sajo ko I am good to go. Sajo gis nga Sajo ragal na daw na. Wana nga Sajo dama ko de duli. Sajo nga yo yama de door. Okay, so I'm gonna love you and leave you, but to be honest, we want is fair trial and stand by that. Okay, if Mohamed Dabo need after fair trial and stand by that, please advocate for that fair trial. But in the beginning of this video, most of you people who are supporting Bob, you couldn't bring yourself to say justice for mama, justice for all. You couldn't just do it because Alman believe mama la. And actually mama is definitely a victim because I do most totally and underage lam. So somebody's out there wale wakala. So I justice deserve le. Nimmo ko nyako bi yente tonyele mbele fila ka justice totally. So if we want justice, we must want justice for all of them. Ante, clearly, I'm saying it explicitly on this, that I want justice for Bob, I want justice for Mama, I want justice for baby Muhammad. They both, all of them, they deserve that. Because wala nanga luwa bungo soto, wala nanga constitutional soto, wala nanga law soto. So that if you think that victimized, wala discriminate le, wala any injustice face le yo bungo sotele puru kata jeto puru kadiamu jeto puru ye function. And I'm sorry, I cannot pick anybody. I don't think Fatu want to respond to my comment about Bob's mom. See who yamine for Bob la mom la quarter saying I didn't see that because there's a lot of comments coming up. Can you just write that again now so that I can leave this place? They are joking, don't trust them. Fine. So I don't think I'm gonna come out again to talk about my personal or stuff like that. No, I'm going to carry on doing what I do. What I'm saying is that ntenga more better respect on the social media, and I want people to give that back to me because respect is reciprocal. You give it and you expect it to be given back. If you don't agree with me, argue with me on principle of ntenga memfo. Don't go personal with me because ntenga nete fintina nankana personal to any one of you. It's not acceptable. All right. So yeah. So better for you. Thank you. Some people will just be like that. Nima moment long. Dunia singo jampata nima moment long. Wallahi ikana neng. Ima moment long. Ikana neng. Bi nendiri dol ketante majang bi. Wol mari yo wol regret le wai bulatantela. Modo nembi. Wolfanang regret why wala. So let us not do it. We will all come back again and fight other cases. But for now, let's agree to disagree. Let's nimba for local justice. Let's want justice for all of them. I don't agree with the delayed justice system because it doesn't favor any one of them. It doesn't favor Mama, among Bob favor, among no one le favor. So until babe andu musola nyanto pruka diela ani musola nyatota. It's beneficial for society. It's not just beneficial for women only or men. It's beneficial for society. That's all I want to say. Anyway, you're beautiful. Thank you. So, see who the question of anything. I asked if you feminists ever contacted Bob's mom to check on her mental health since her son has been in mile 2 for over 2 years. No, I haven't contacted Bob's mom. I haven't because I didn't see her crying for help. 1. And 2, I know that other people, other women have reached out to her. And this is what I'm saying, Bob, Sehu. We do not have capacity. If you were expecting me, Fatu, to reach out to every single person, you would be disappointed. And I have to make myself clear. And if you feel that that is selective justice, so be it. But I do not have the capacity to do that. I will not duplicate work because other people have already reached out. They said they're checking on her. They're going to her house and checking on her. And that is good. I commend that because women so often be traumatized. Just in as much as Modol Mang reached out to Sainabou when all of this was happening, Bob's mom was not on the internet being insulted. Sainabou was on the internet being insulted. She was being victimized. She was being bullied. And that's why I reached out. Other people felt Bob's mom would be suffering as well mentally, and they reach out, which is fine. We all cannot, until basic nying kelo ka foko momo fintita dorong, momo vulnerable ta dorong iba kelo kelai. If we say that, I mean, I would be faking it here. It's not realistic. I can't do that. Okay, and I gave you a reason how I select what I do. The motivation for me is the vulnerability. That is the motivation one. The second motivation is whether that person has enough support and have the capacity and the resources to support themselves. The other motivation, which is still linked, is my own time, my own capacity. That's what I check. And I cannot fight all these five. So I agree that other women who are especially in the Gambia there should reach out, and they have. And I'm saying well done to those people for doing that. Okay? But we cannot. I personally cannot fight all the fight. So on that note, thank you very much. Well, objective feminism isn't restricted to only defending those that are bullied, right? No, it's not. And I guess you're not understanding, Sehu. What I'm saying is, young choice is very important. And for me, what motivates me in making choice in who to fight for depends on a couple of things. That is the capacity that I have as a person, because I don't have an organization, running an organization. That's not my day job. I'm not being paid for that. Okay? It's my capacity to, I'm evaluating, assessing the vulnerability and the capability of the person. So if somebody is telling me that konying mari nying tol tataleng ba support kan ne bo bama, that is good. They can do that. We all cannot be, duplicating work on holding on to the same thing. We all have to specialize and hold on one thing. Others will hold on other things, so that more setano for one thing. So that's what I'm saying. So I haven't reached out because I just felt the magicoya bulile at that time. And then they have reached out, and then I'm also investing my time on this side of things as well. So time killing all the bambolo, family le bambolo, I have to also prioritize that, and they're important to me. So I cannot invest all my time and energy into these things. I'm trying to work around my family time. So I'm gonna wrap up now. Thank you so much, everybody, for your time. But please, let's be civil about this. Let's take the insults out. Personal attack or bondage. We are saying one thing, which is the system is broken. The system needs to be fixed. We need to have an overhaul. The feminists are not unhappy about men. They cannot hate men, because men wale mui famati. The feminists have sons as well. They have daughters as well. So thank you for the healthy debate. Thank you so much. So nga domang nyo federong. And you guys would see, Nataloko Bob is acquitted in this, you would see what we would do. I promise you would see what we would do. I would come out here, and the advocacy would be towards what? To raise more awareness, so that we don't have many false rape cases. We cannot afford to have false rape cases, because if we have false rape cases, it's not helpful for us as advocates. Honestly, among helpful, because what would happen is, near rape case, near false killing sort of, society ba jela nyameng victim dol ite fintila nang, because si ba fola le ko mong case fintila nang, because following false tele nyi ndongo fanang ba false lal, isn't it? So the false case does not favor us, but when it happens, we would trust the system. If fintila na ko Bob is innocent of this, mberali la lemba make sure la ko Bob fanang lafta ate fanang lafta ka su men ke lafta ka action ke ase wota mba make sure nga karandi loke ka kacha loke isaje ko nying sifal kana kacha. So thank you, Akana soto kotenke. So thank you so much. Maa ngi leen di gërëm yéen ñëpp, di leen sant si time bi, di leen wax ne rek until another time nañ leen bàyyi wante xel, nañ leen open minded, ñu mun a am conversation. Man am na ñoo xam ne duñ d'accord man, before they can agree, now they won't agree, which is fine. It's okay to disagree. Waaye lépp nañ leen ko def si njëkk ak teranga, bu ko defee ëllëg si biir su case bi jeexee ñun ñëpp dinañ mun a xoolante si bot te duñ am gàcce. Man loolu rek laa wax. So na rafet, ñaan naa leen na rafet. Jërë ngeen jëf Gambia. Take care. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye.